Thursday, June 3rd. Got the game 6 we wished for. Blazers picked up that 44th win in game 4 like we thought they would. You got to know your gematria. Portland, Rip City, and Moda Center equal 44, so how you not going to pick up the 44th win in game 4? But I would have started this live stream earlier, but I've been having a really great conversation here. I got another shy gentleman next to me. Doesn't want to be on camera. That's also because he's very intelligent. Are you sure? Yeah. I don't want to peer pressure you. You might think he's a Yankees in his pinstripes today. But great gentleman. He actually lives down in South America. He's originally from Cleveland. And he came out here today to be with us. He's got both of my books printed out. I'm impressed. And just signed the books. We've been hanging out, talking about the horse race this weekend. He said he's been killing it down in Vegas. He bet more than he should have on the Super Bowl, but it turned out to be a blessing. Brady came through in the GOAT ritual like we said he would. And again, as we've been here, when I first got here, it would have been a really boring stream, you guys, because there was like literally almost 0 people here. It's pretty much just me and him. It's amazing that you showed up an hour before I said I'd get here, but we showed up at like the same time, so it was meant to be. So we've been talking for like an hour. And his name's Tim, just like my father. Every time I meet a Tim, he's a good man. My good buddy in Seattle, Token Tim. But Tim is here. I guess he wants to say hello real quick. His shyness went away, and he brought the books out.
I didn't want to start the stream, but that one.
Be careful. He said Amazon bent up his book. And then he did the Jeremy White tutorial right there and printed out my first book. And as you can see, it's a big old massive thing. And yeah, unfortunately, his front cover got bent up there on the number games. But, you know, stick it under the fat book for a week, it might flatten out. So, Tim, everybody, batting DH for the Yankees tonight. Look out for him. And, yeah, we're going to wait till some more fans show up here. I got the megaphone. It is right here. It's ready to go, along with my water bottle. And I guess the only thing I forgot was my goggles in case Antifa shows up, but I think we'll be all good. So today I'm gonna unload the arsenal on him. We're gonna talk more about Kobe and his 81 points and his 666th game and his death. Of course, we'll be talking about Cliff Robinson and Jerome Kersey and Kevin Duckworth. Wondering if the Blazers are gonna pick up their 120th playoff win in their franchise today, 120 days after the owner's birthday. Strangely enough, if they do win tonight, they'll stay on 154 playoff losses all time on the 154th day of the year. Amazing how these things line up. Might have to tell the Blazer fans about how Paul Allen, remind him how he died the day after Pete Carroll became the winningest coach in Seattle history. Of course, Paul Allen owned the Blazers and the Seahawks. Now it's his daughter, Jody Allen. But you guys might recall the old Pete Carroll winningest coach in Wembley Stadium in the UK ritual. Wembley Stadium 206, like the Seattle area code 206. They beat the Raiders exactly 206 weeks after their last game against the Raiders. And of course, they're the old AFC West rivals, the Seahawks and the Raiders. That's for all you young people. The Seahawks used to be in the AFC. But Tim, how did you get into gematria?
Through the great Zachary K. Hugger. Is it K?
That's my middle initial. It is.
Yeah. I've been a truth seeker since my company commander died in Iraq. If you want, I know he's got a funny name, but you can Google this name, James Funkhauser. I know it's a funny name, but if you Google him, you'll see the day that he died was actually on Memorial Day, and he died for what? That's what started me on the quest for truth. I think if you don't care about what the truth is, you'll never find it. But when he died, I was like, why are we here? Why are we in Baghdad? What's this war really about? Like, what's going on here? And I would ask full-bird colonels that work at the Pentagon, all the way to privates that were on patrol. Like, what's your mission? What are you doing? And ever since then, of course, I've been down every rabbit hole on the internet, and that's probably how I found gematria.
Sure. Indeed, that makes sense. So a traumatic event, I think a traumatic event is usually what wakes up most people.
Yeah, but I think even before then, I still had like a knowledge or a quest for truth.
Sure.
But that definitely cemented it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah? You say this is your first trip to Portland?
I've been through here many times, but this is my first time in the city. It's really nice out. If you look up there, there's no chemtrails.
Right, we actually got real clouds today.
I think there's no chemtrails because it's windy, so the wind blows and comes.
There was a bunch yesterday.
I know, that's why I mentioned that.
Yeah. Another Blazer dancer coming in. I noticed they all wear their masks. Well behaved. Yeah. It's amazing how many people are wearing a mask outside on a beautiful day. It's definitely less than the last game, which is a good sign, but still, we got 2 guys right here sporting the masks. 2 out of 3. Come on, you guys. So, yeah.
She's not wearing one. Good for her.
You know what's funny is if you go to the last stream, it's like around the 51-minute mark or so, but there was a guy in a Rasheed Wallace jersey, and he was calling me religious and saying religion's false. Did you see that?
Okay, for that guy, he said that this is religious. What's funny about that was he's in line going to like this congregation of people worshiping these sports idols. It's like, wait a minute, dude, you're not religious? I thought that was funny to me.
I should have done better, but he was walking away with his mask on, but I could have gave him a lot of things. But what's funny is somebody caught it. I didn't catch it in real time, but if you go back and watch the clip, I yelled back at him that Rasheed Wallace was a real man and real men don't wear masks. What's funny is there's a couple that's right in front of me, a man and a woman. The woman doesn't have a mask on, but the man does, and the man takes off his mask right after that. So I think he heard my words. He didn't look back, but you can see him take off his mask.
Did you catch the wife of the grumpy guy? She had her arm around the middle of his back, and she gave you like the peace symbol.
Oh, she did?
She was communicating to you without the husband seeing it.
I see. That. Like, yeah, I kept my mouth shut. There's a lot of things going through my head that I almost said there, and I was just like, forget it.
Don't talk about religion. It's like, religion of your sports idol. Go congregate.
Truly.
It's a sick, satanic, Luciferian system that we live in.
I mean, how can you deny it? I mean, especially with what they just did at the Super Bowl. I mean, it's just so. I mean, we're talking about the NBA right here. Kobe with the career high in his 666 game, and then you can learn Gematria. He did it on 122. Satanic 122, like San Francisco, the Satanic Church established in San Francisco. His dad was drafted to the Warriors in the Bay Area. Of course, his dad was drafted 41 years before he retired, and then he goes on to die at age 41. We all know what's up with that. Golden State and Kobe Bryant, both 41. So, we're going to give it all to the fans today. I'm going to save the megaphone until we get bigger lines of people.
Yeah, there's nobody here.
Another Blazer dancer coming in, masked.
It's still an hour and a half before game time.
Yeah, and it's a work day, so people will probably be a little bit later here. Yeah, last stream, last time I was here and I got off the stream, shout out to Marcus. Marcus came out, and Marcus was making a big sacrifice because he said it was his girlfriend's birthday, but he told his girlfriend he just had to go down and he'd be right back. But Marcus got here right after the stream. And then what was funny is right in front of us, like the Blazers TV team set up this little thing right in front of us. But I was trying to break up their TV broadcast because I got on the megaphone and was doing the Cliff Robinson thing. But man, they just stayed right on script. They just talked through it all. So I don't even know if like their TV technology can mute out my voice in the background. But I was trying to get it out there. It's like wherever that's broadcasted to, they need to know about Cliff Robinson. So appreciate everyone already in the chat today. And
yeah, let me monitor that. I'm gonna monitor the trolls.
Oh sure, that's always fun.
Anyways.
I want to know the same thing. How much does the troll job pay? Is that a minimum wage job or is it a big bank job? I gotta know. We've had a lot of trolls working full time for years now. I'm pretty sure the trolls have made more money than I have in the time I've been doing this. There's something wrong about that, but that's okay. So, again, you guys, if you're just tuning in, I'm gonna wait a little bit. Look at that right over there. Arvydas Sabonis jersey. Arvydas. Back when he was on the team, the Blazers did one of the dumbest trades in the history of the NBA. They traded the young star Jermaine O'Neal for the old veteran about to retire, Dale Davis. Trade that made absolutely zero sense. And all these years later, Arvydas Sabonis, who was on that team when that happened, his son now plays for the Pacers. There must be something going on there.
On YouTube or Twitch?
This one's on YouTube, Gematria Effect Sports. I just can't talk about certain things on YouTube, but they let me talk about the sports stuff. So, this guy over here in the mask looks like Bill Schonely undercover. Thinking about it. Oh, I won't bring that into the game. Yeah, my car's just right up the street.
All right.
Yeah. Remember Uncle Cliff? You remember Cliff Robinson?
Yeah.
Great blazer.
You know, I was watching Dane, sort of coaching younger guys,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, the only time I've ever sat the courtside, you know, I was watching, you know, because you can hear.
Sure.
Cliff Robertson was great with the younger guys.
He was a very kind person. I met him multiple times. My sister's friend actually dated him for a while. He was a very nice person, yeah. So.
Yeah, no, he was a good guy. I was really impressed with the way he coached.
Yep, great human being, Cliff Robinson.
Dame is the exact same way.
Damian Lillard, yeah, that's good to know.
Well, that's what I was saying to a guy who said, Tim that Dame made something mighty competitive. If he needed a job when he was done, he would be a super.
I gotta tell you something and see what you think about this. Did you notice Cliff Robinson died last year?
I don't know if I did.
So the news broke the day that the Lakers closed out the Blazers. The news broke that Cliff Robinson died. And Cliff Robinson died at age 53. The day the Lakers closed out the Blazers, that was the 53rd all-time game between the Blazers and Lakers in the postseason. And Cliff died on the 241st day of the year, which is the 53rd prime number. I always teach about something called Gematria, ancient practice of coding numbers into words. If you write out Trailblazers, it equals 53. If you write out Los Angeles, it's 53. And I've been educated about this for years, about how many players from these games, NBA, MLB, NFL, it goes on in all of them, die in these clear rituals. It was Mark Eaton last week in another ritual. And, yeah, I mean, what do you think that could be coincidental, or do you think maybe something needs to be investigated there?
I've got a friend who's all about numbers and dates and all that stuff, so I don't write it off.
Yeah, there's something that has to be, I'm trying to raise awareness because they're getting rid of, and it seems like the ones who go are usually the best ones.
Yeah.
They say the good die young, and that's what's true for Cliff Robinson.
Yeah. Well, you guys enjoy the game.
Appreciate you,
I
man.
hope you get in. Yeah.
Appreciate that. You have a great day.
Can you imagine if you did get in with the microphone?
In the middle of the game?
People are talking about Lakers, whatever, plus 1,200 right now.
Yeah, their odds went way up now that they're in the hole. Here, I'm going to tell you guys this. Look this up. LeBron right now in the playoffs is 18-8 with the Lakers for his career. 18-8, a bit like 188. If the Lakers come back and beat the Suns, they're going to get their 188th win all time against the Suns. And if the Lakers win the NBA Finals, LeBron's going to get his 188th all-time playoff win. And remember what I showed about the Super Bowl before it was played. It was exactly 188 days after Tom Brady's birthday. Super Bowl 55 was exactly 188 days after Brady's birthday. Remember, when you write out that phrase, greatest of all time, it equals 188. It's using the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26. The acronym for that is GOAT, which equals 43. Like how Brady won the Super Bowl at age 43, 188 days after his birthday. Of course, the Lakers this year going as the 7 seed after winning the playoff play-in game, which was their 43rd win of the season. So if I'm not wrong about the Lakers, you know, it's pretty amazing how all those 188s line up. So we'll see what happens here. Got another old GOAT ritual for us. And if you guys are watching the game on TNT tonight, you're sure to see that Ford Beast commercial, The Beast Cometh. Remember, Beast is 47. Henry Ford dead on 4/7 in the year 47. Ford Field, you know, where the Lions plays 47 in Detroit. So many 47 rituals on that field. And the other Ford commercial they play, not as much as The Beast Cometh, but the other one they play is about the Bronco becoming the Colt, and they got the little goats all over the commercial. So the year of goats, the year of sevens. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Should have to follow 574.
Yeah,
Talk about the Cleveland comeback and Brown.
those were the days when we actually got views. I wish it was 2016, man. We'd have 1 million people in here right now. Yeah, I remember I got so much hate when LeBron was down 3-1. What happened to your guarantee for the Cavs? I said, well, we're not to Game 7 yet, man. We're not to the King James's birthday yet. So. But yeah, here we are. Fans are starting to get in. Fans are starting to get in the stadium today. We're gonna wait until it picks up a little bit more. when we got hundreds of people that can hear at once. And yeah, we'll do the megaphone here in a bit. Okay, so chat, I'm looking at you guys right now. Chat, things I should talk about today with the fans that maybe I'm not thinking of. What's your favorite NBA riddle that you think every NBA fan should know about?
If you talk about Event 201, they'll take it down, right?
I probably cannot talk about that because they've taken down every stream on YouTube where I tried to talk anything about anything.
Oops,
Well, I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. That if I was doing it on Twitch, nobody'd be watching. I could definitely say a lot more things on Twitch, but at the same time, it's nice when people actually tune in. How come you guys won't follow me over to twitch.tv when I'm out on the corner with the megaphone? The most people we ever had watching on Twitch was 300. That is just a depressing number. It's normally about 100 people. So, okay, everyone's saying Kobe. I'm gonna hit the Kobe thing. Shout out to the people who follow on Twitch too. I appreciate it.
You could talk about how Portland should win. I hate to do predictions, but
Yeah. If Portland does win, they're going to get their 120th playoff win exactly 120 days after the owner's birthday. We'll see. I'll tell you something else that's amazing. If both home teams win tonight, if the Blazers win tonight and the Lakers win tonight, the two home teams, what will happen is this game right here, there's only 2 games today in the NBA. The Blazers and Nuggets game is the 40th game of the first round of the playoffs. The next game, the Lakers hosting the Suns, is the 41st game of the playoffs. And remember, in Gematria, when you use the alphabetic order, King is 41. You know, LeBron with all of his 41 rituals. This year he had his fake injury, and then he came back 41 days later against the Kings, King James. He played his first career game against the Kings too. But remember last year also, he won the finals exactly 41 weeks after his birthday on Father-Daughter Day in the year Kobe Bryant dies at 41 with his daughter Gianna. But LeBron, if he wins, if the Blazers and the Lakers both win tonight, you get the 23rd home win in the playoffs, because home teams coming in today right now are 21-18. In the first round of playoffs, home teams are 21-18. And so if LeBron and the Lakers win, LeBron would get the 23rd home win, the guy who wears number 23 in the 41st game. Remember, King is 41 with the alphabetic order, but when you use the alphabetic order and rules numerology, King is 23. So isn't it funny how it lines up like that? Yesterday, the Hawks closed out the Knicks on the 153rd day of the year. 153 is the 17th triangular number. Hawks is 17. They got the 17th away win. And the Mavericks picked up the 18th away win, and Mavericks is 61, the 18th prime. So they've been doing all these rituals through the whole playoffs. Like the 76ers, it was earlier in the playoffs. They had the first home game of the day, and the Sixers, coming into that game, home teams were 7-6 going into the 76ers game. And you notice how the 76ers close out the Wizards? On that same day, you got the news about Bob Baffert's horse being confirmed positive for the drug test, so that probably means they're going to take away his 7th Kentucky Derby and send him back to 6. He's going to go from 7-6 on the same day the 76ers close out the Wizards, becoming 5-0 at home against Washington for the year when Washington's 50 and Washington Wizards is 229 and 50 at prime. Again, you learn this knowledge, you just see what they do, and it's from the box score to the overall league to the team records. It's just, again, you guys, the way they script these games, it really is mind-blowing. They do it year after year, pay tribute to the same numbers. You know, Kobe has his career high in his 666th game. Mark of the Beast is 81, like Kobe being Bryant, he scores 81. You know, last year, Frank Vogel goes into the playoffs with 666 games under his belt, wins the finals. Remember, when you use Sumerian gematria, NBA Finals or the NBA Finals is 666, just like basketball games. So there is something to basketball in 666. We got Truth Does Not Exist. He's looking up at that logo with the Moda Center, and he sees a 666 in it. I'm not sure. It's possible. That middle part definitely looked like a 6. I mean, it could be there. They definitely do a lot of 666 in sports. But, again, symbolism numbers all around us. So, it looks like they're letting the fans in already.
doors are open.
They made them line up more at the last game.
They probably learned their lesson.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked it better, though, because people were backing up here. So as we get closer to game time, people will start to really file in.
Someone mentioned the 21 picograms from Baffert.
Yeah, in 21, don't you love it? 21's the 6th triangular number, could be going back to 6. Got beat by the horse in the 6th post in the Preakness. Yeah, it's something else, man. Oh,
Almost 700 people. I'm trying to keep up.
we're getting there. Okay, you guys, I'm looking back at the chat again. A lot of you guys said do the Kobe thing. And what else? What else besides the Kobe thing? What other NBA stuff am I figuring about?
Valley, go backwards. You said King James wedding on King James' birthday.
Yeah, we'll bring that one up. Tempted to bring up Moses Malone dying 213 days before Kobe's birthday. I don't know if that's too much for him. Moses Malone, the first player out of high school, drafted by Utah. Kobe finishes out the career 213 days later against Utah. LeBron's dad. As much as I'm convinced LeBron's dad is Nate Thurmond, and it did well for us picking all those finals in the early days, that's probably not going to be my strongest argument out here. But yeah, I do think that is LeBron's daddy.
Yep.
LeBron scored 27 in his 103rd game of the season. 103 is the 27th prime to win on the real King James's birthday. Next thing you know, 27 days later, Nate Thurmond dead at the infamous age of 74. Same receding hairline as LeBron. Very similar build to LeBron. Pretty sure Nate Thurmond is daddy. Don't forget, Nate Thurmond, LeBron, Steph Curry, all born in the same hospital in Akron, Ohio. What do you think, man? You think LeBron and Curry are going to end up being teammates?
It wouldn't surprise me, but I am surprised Tim and Pinstripes equals 56.
That's funny. Amazing. Meant to be. Are those seat cushions?
Cleveland, so.
Yeah. Tim's from Cleveland, you guys. Shout out to Cleveland. Another place I need to visit.
No, you don't.
No? He says, no, I don't. Everything is perspective. I really need to get out, though, man. I've hardly been anywhere. So.
Nate was also number 42.
That's how it all started. I was back in my early days. LeBron scored 42 points. It was a season high. And I had to measure from that day to the start of the finals. I said, look at that. The finals start in 98 days. Scores 42 against the Warriors. Nate Thurmond wore 42 for the Warriors and Cavs. Finals is in 98 days. National Basketball Association's 98. Put out a prediction on YouTube back when hardly anyone followed me. And everyone was responding, nah, this is Derrick Rose and the Bulls year. It was like everybody's comment at the time. I was like, I'm taking the Warriors and the Cavs. They'd never met in the finals before. What do you know? Game one goes to overtime, 98-98. 98 days after the season high. It's just all script. It's all script, man.
Nisi Dobro said if both teams secure a 7-game series, it's 7 days before the solar eclipse.
Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's June 10th. June 10th, yeah. Yeah. Blazers kind of got a 7 thing going on. They won their only finals in 77. Remember, LeBron this year became a part owner of the Red Sox on the 77th day of his age. Boston equals 77, Red Sox 77. Yesterday, Danny Ainge stepped down as the president 77 days after his birthday. Year of sevens. Tom Brady born in 77. So. Gigi was born in 77. Yeah, I gotta admit, that's the one thing that scares me about Denver today. Denver has a chance to be 6-3 against Portland for the year on 6-3. Sometimes things like that happen, but we'll see. My hunch before the series again was that this series would go to Game 7. I thought before these series again, I thought the two that looked prime for a Game 7 was Blazers and Nuggets and Lakers and Suns. So we'll see. Moment of truth today. We will find out. What do you think? You think we should do a megaphone?
Sure.
You think it's time for the first megaphone? Yeah. We don't have a lot of fans, but if I do the megaphone, there's probably at least 50 people around here that could hear. So I don't know where to aim it, though. Do I aim it right down the middle? I got people.
Ask them if they can hear me.
Hey, just real quick, you guys. How's Tim's voice showing up? You just want to say something real quick?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you guys hear Tim when he's talking? I imagine they can. We'll see what they say. after I get the check, do the megaphone blast.
It's funny, they want me to be the mediator. Tell Zach, tell Zach, tell Zach.
Coach Tim,
I'm like, you know what, he already knows that. I know he knows that.
they can hear you. All right, let's do one. Let me turn up my volume. Hold on, what's going on here?
Who's Tim? I love that one.
Testing.
Who is Tim?
Welcome back, Blazer fans. We're here today for Cliff Robinson and all the fallen NBA players who died prematurely, even ones like Kobe Bryant. Again, for all of you who remember the great Cliff Robinson, Uncle Cliff, many years here with the Portland Trail Blazers. A lot of you did not catch the headline last year when he died prematurely at age 53. Healthy man, great athlete, dead at the tender age of 53. Please go back and look at the death of Cliff Robinson. He died the day the Lakers closed out the Blazers last year in the playoffs. And if you go back and look, it was the 53rd all-time game between the Blazers and Lakers. The 53rd all-time game, Cliff Robinson dead at 53. If you go back and look, he died August 29th, the 241st day of the year, which is the 53rd prime number. And again, if you can see the word on my chest, Gematria, if you look up the language of Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, Trailblazers equals 53, Los Angeles equals 53. Every year, rituals like this go on. Last year, Kobe Bryant died on his 157th day of his age. The name Kobe Bryant is 157. They did the All-Star game in tribute to Kobe Bryant, and instead of playing with a clock, they played the first team to score 157 points won. Of course, Team LeBron was the first team to score 157 just days after Kobe Bryant died on his 157th day of his age, when his name equals 157, just like Staples Center equals 157. Again, you guys, these rituals go on every single day. Think about how LeBron James passed Kobe Bryant in points scored the day before Kobe's death in Kobe's hometown, Philadelphia. He dropped Kobe to 4th in scoring all time in the NBA. And if you look up the number 4, it is associated with death in the Far East, because in Mandarin and in Japanese, the number 4 is synonymous with death. Again, Kobe Bryant dead on his 157th day of his age. In Gematria, Kobe Bryant equals 157. Days later, the All-Star game in tribute to Kobe. First team to score 157 points. Again, you guys, learn the code of Gematria. Learn to see through these rigged games. Just like I told you, at game 4, Moda Center equals 44. Portland equals 44. Rip City equals 44, and of course the Blazers picked up their 44th win in Game 4. The leagues are fixed. They ritually sacrifice their players, and realize when you buy tickets, when you buy jerseys, you support these satanic leagues, and that's exactly what they are, satanic. That's why Kobe Bryant had his career high in his 666th career game, 666. The mark of the beast. And what's funny is if you write out the phrase mark of the beast, it equals 81. Like Kobe scored 81 in his 666th game. Again, you guys, this stuff goes on every day in the world of rig sports. Learn to see through what's really going on. It's a sick world and these overpaid athletes. And I know a lot of you guys like Damian Lillard. I heard he's a great guy. But watch that Hulu Has Live Sports commercial. What's he doing? He's shooting money guns into the air. Remember that commercial came out the year the Blazers lost in the Western Conference Finals to the Warriors. And I still remember watching that series. They'd come back from the Hulu Has Live Sports commercial with Damian Lillard shooting his money guns in the air, and then he'd be throwing the ball out of bounds and dribbling into a crowd of 4 and 5 people and turning it over. And then they'd go back to commercial, and Damian Lillard would be shooting his money guns in the air. Again, you guys, this is a mockery. Just like they got this year Chris Paul with the commercial saying he doesn't like the script. And then you turn into the TV announcers and they're always telling you they couldn't have scripted it any better. Again, learn Gematria, see through what's really going on, in the rigged NBA. So we'll see if any of the Walking Dead want to come over here and ask any questions today.
They say your thumb's over half of it.
Oh shoot, my thumb's over the screen. Sorry you guys, that's one of the problems today. I forgot my handle thing, so I'm probably screwing up the camera. But yeah, normally I have my handle, but today I just gotta hold the phone with my hand, so my bad. I'll watch that next time. But yeah, we'll be lucky if we get 2 or 3 to engage with us. There's even less people here today than there was last time. Over the years, is there any NBA things that really stick out in your mind that you still remember?
I'm just laughing at the fact that, you know, everyone, not everyone, but most people have the jersey, and you're talking about, and if you have the jersey, it's sporting a satanic, it's just funny, like a shot to the heart, man.
It's true though.
It is.
That's how I like to do it. Just hit them with the cold hard facts.
Like a sword,
Yeah.
jabbing you with a sword.
Here, let's do another one. Here, Blazer fans, some more NBA script. Maybe you never caught on to this before, but when LeBron James won his first finals with the Cavs, when he came back from 3-1, he won it on June 19th, the real King James's birthday. We helped a lot of people win a fortune because we said they were coming back for sure with 40-1 odds. It was a nice payout. But again, you guys, LeBron James, King James. If you don't get the joke, the Cavaliers are named after King Charles, and the people who fought for King Charles in the English Civil War were called Cavaliers. King Charles is the son of King James. This is why you have King James in the rigged NBA. Again, pay attention to how rigged these games are. They mock you every day. Like they say, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Again, you guys, stuff's not a joke. LeBron signed with the Lakers on July 1st. We said that day, we said, watch. LeBron will win the Lakers their 17th championship in his 17th season, coming from Ohio, the 17th state in order of statehood, on the $153 million contract. 153 is the 17th triangular number. Huge number yesterday in the playoffs. Yesterday was the 153rd day of the year. The 76ers got their 17th win versus the Wizards, dropping the Wizards to 1-7 against the 76ers for the year. Same thing happened to Memphis against Utah. Atlanta picked up the 17th away win of the first round of the playoffs. Again, you guys, the NBA's fixed. Learn the code. See, not only are the games rigged, but again, they ritually sacrifice their players for these 6 scripted games. Again, RIP to Cliff Robinson, the longtime Blazer, dead at age 53. Last year on the day of the 53rd postseason game between the Blazers and Lakers. Again, learn Gematria. Trailblazers equals 53, as does Los Angeles. This stuff goes on every season, you guys. RIP to Mark Eaton. They said he died in a bicycle accident at age 64. It's funny because in Gematria, a bicycle accident equals 64. And I don't know how it's possible to run over a 7'4" man on a bicycle. Sounds like a hot load of BS, which is what the NBA is.
WWF. All right, to answer your question, being from Cleveland back in the 80s, I'm getting kind of old. There was a game with the Bulls and the Cavs, and Michael Jordan called the Cavaliers squad a bunch of marshmallows or something. I don't know what marshmallow is in Gematria, but I'm sure there's something there.
Sure.
Anyways, yeah, there was Michael Jordan shooting over, I think it was Craig Elo, and I watched that game, and it just stuck with me. It was a special moment. It was a terrible moment for Cleveland, but something about that. And they always show Michael Jordan making that shot, doing this. That was like one of his iconic.
Yep. Yep.
shots.
Indeed, it was. Yeah.
I don't know what game that was. I know it was in the playoffs. I know that.
I'm interested in what they're going to do with Michael Jordan when he turns 59. That's next year, February 17th. This year on his birthday, his two former teams both became 5 and 9 at home on his birthday, and we know what 59 is. Today, ESPN, their front page article was about how LeBron, if he loses this year, he can never say he's as good as Jordan. It's interesting that 3 of the 4 teams playing today are the first 3 teams that Jordan beat in the finals. LA, then Portland, then Phoenix. They're all going today. So.
I'd like to share something else. A week before the Super Bowl, I went to Vegas just to prove or disprove Gematria, just to see like what's going on with this Gematria thing. Let me go to Vegas. Let me see if it's something for real or not. And after winning and winning and winning, let's see, the Super Bowl and March Madness and Wood Memorial. I know you didn't decode that, but I decoded it for my knowledge. Of course, the Kentucky Derby, I won so much. Normally I go to Alaska and I work there for the summer, but this year I'm going to go back home early because I've already made more than I would working in Alaska. You can make a lot of money working up in Alaska, but
Dangerous.
it's fun.
Fun and dangerous. It isn't interesting. Dangerous is a lot of times dangerous is fun. So, yeah. Indeed. So
People not wearing masks, right?
I feel like more and more people today. There's definitely I see less masks today than the last game.
No mask, very good.
His friend's sporting it around the chin. What's up, man? Yankees there, pinstripes here. What's going on?
We got our ass kicked today.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Gotta watch out. Gotta watch out for those 35s on Thursday. Yeah. 35 is the magic number on Thursday. Tampa Bay came in with the 35 wins already. Just kept calling, screwed it up. Yeah. I know for sure that's a troll doing that. Yeah. Oh, there, it's going again.
Yay.
It came back.
We're back.
Trolls, get a life, man. Somebody keeps calling the number on a unblocked. So.
I don't think you should tell them. Don't call.
They already know, man. They see that their work is doing it.
We lost 100 people.
Yeah, I think we lost more than that because there was 800 or something. They'll come back. They're coming back right now.
NBA does not want truth out.
Can I pass you guys some swag?
Tell me about it, man. What's up? Do you mind being on camera telling your story?
No.
We've got lots of people following right now. Oh, yeah? This is his books. He's the man. Portland Zone right here.
Truth, baby.
Wait a minute. You know who I am?
I've heard about it.
Yeah, that's his website.
Wow. Amazing.
Oh, shoot.
Cool. Yes, we're here to make a mess.
I do this. You're just like me.
He knows his website. Free to find truth. That's good.
Yeah. What are you guys up to?
So, my last employment date was right here at the Moda Center.
February 28th. 20, so over a year ago.
So, we have a slew of shows.
I'll take
coming
one.
here. There's every artist you can imagine that's going to play here, and we'll be back.
Right.
So we're trying to get into pro sports. We want to work for the Blazers, and we've had an off-again, on-again contract since the 90s with these guys.
Sure.
So we're trying to solidify some key positions, which is sound people, lighting people.
People want you to take the
that-
mask off.
Yeah, yeah. People that specialize in what we do, that are experts. And IATSE Local 28 is the go-to in Portland. We are the safest. This is a really dangerous place. When you're hanging lights and there's all
Sure.
thousands of pounds of steel,
Sure.
you better have the right people that aren't.
For sure.
You know, I'm not going to go there, but I'm just saying. We bring that. So it costs a little more. Get over it.
Right. Do the right
Pay
thing.
for it anyway, man. Look at those concert price tickets.
Of course.
Come on.
Of course. And we're talking about the richest people in the world. They can afford to employ.
Do the math. 20,000 people at $300 a head.
Exactly.
Don't forget the beer sales.
That's and parking.
$16 per pint.
Yeah.
And so, what, are they broke? Come on.
Obviously not.
Right. This place has been filled for years that I've worked here.
Right. It's just greed is taking over, man.
We just want our jobs back.
Right.
We're union people. We have a fixed wage. It's not outrageous. It's just fair. That's all.
100%. 100%.
For you to find the truth.
I appreciate that, man.
Find truth.
Let me get one of those flyers here on the screen closer so
Yes.
people can see what's going on.
Thank you for listening.
Of course. Yep. So, again, a lot of people at the stadium, you know.
We're here to enjoy the Blazers' victory. I mean, come on. We are huge fans.
Sure.
We've worked these games for years. And right now, just during the pandemic, things have changed. We've changed some of the structure of the hiring, and we've been left out. So that's why we're here.
Well, I appreciate you, man, and way to speak up. That's what not enough people do. If more people are doing this, something would happen.
Matters, baby.
Indeed, it does.
Thank you for taking the time.
Of course.
Yeah, watch the Blazers win. I mean, are you guys Blazers fans?
Oh, well,
More.
I grew up a Blazer fan, but, oh, shoot. Did it blow away?
Otherwise.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, I grew up in Portland, so definitely grew up a Blazer fan. Now I don't really support any of the sports teams because kind of expose what they're really doing. But as a Portland fan, yeah, you got to say go Portland. So, you guys remember Cliff Robinson?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You notice he died last year? He died last year. So the day the Lakers closed out the Blazers last year, Cliff Robinson died at age 53. That happened to be the 53rd all-time game in the postseason between the Blazers and Lakers the same day. That was also the 241st day of the year, which is the 53rd prime number. I teach about Gematria. When you write out Trailblazers, it's 53. When you write out Los Angeles, it's 53. And it's like in the NFL, there's only two teams that equal 53, Patriots and Los Angeles. So we knew before the season began, easy. It was going to be LA versus Patriots. 53 is the 16th prime, 16 points scored in that Super Bowl. Again, all these games are scripted. It's like we were saying last game. For sure the Blazers are going to win the last one. Game 4, Portland equals 44, Rip City 44, Moda Center 44. Blazers pick up their 44th win of the season in Game 4. So, again, it's hard to be a fan when you see how rigged it is, but...
I've been in Vegas for the last 3 months.
Number games.
That's what it is, man. It's all number games. Like this, Kobe Bryant equals 157. He died on his 157th day of his age. He actually has a short film called Black Mamba with Kanye West, only 5 minutes, Nike film. It says on the front of the cover, lose this road game, don't go home. You don't go home, that equals 157. There's a whole lot to it. But Kobe Bryant, 157, dead on his 157th day of his age. And then the All-Star game was right after that in tribute to Kobe. And the way they set it up was the first team to score 157 points won. And of course, Team LeBron won. And think about how LeBron passed him in points scored one day before in Kobe's hometown, Philly. All this stuff's a joke. It's like LeBron, a lot of people don't get the joke, why he was drafted to the Cavaliers. When he won with the Cavaliers in his 13th season, he won on the real King James's birthday, June 19th. The real King James...
I like the ride you're riding here.
Listen to this. The real King James became a king at 13 months of age. But the thing is, King James' son was King Charles, and the people who fought for King Charles in the English Civil War were called Cavaliers. So you got King James on the Cavaliers. All this stuff is a sick joke, man. Last year when the Lakers won it, they won it on Father-Daughter Day, which I didn't even realize was a real thing. But Father-Daughter Day, the year that Kobe and his daughter died, and LeBron won it exactly 41 weeks after his birthday when Kobe dies at age 41. If you write out King, it equals 41. LeBron was out this year with the fake injury. He comes back 41 days after the injury to play the King, so he played his first career game against. They just keep doing the same stuff over and over and over. Oh, huge gambling edge, man. Huge gambling edge. Yeah, I mean, we've killed the world of rigged sports for about 7 years straight, man. We before this season began, we had Bucks over Chiefs in the Super Bowl before the season even began, in the Tom Brady GOAT ritual. It's just, again, season after season. Here's how amazing it is. If you write out greatest of all time, it equals 188. If you write out GOAT, the acronym, it's 43. Tom Brady won Super Bowl 55 exactly 188 days after his 43rd birthday. His whole career scripted. 9/11, Patriot Act, Patriots. It was all after Drew Bledsoe, who went to Washington State, got hit by Mo Lewis, number 11, the New York Jet. go back to 1968. 1968's the year the Jets won their only Super Bowl. That was their Super Bowl winning season with Broadway Joe. Super Bowl III was at the end of the 68 season. That's the same year 911 was made the national emergency dialing code. Same year World Trade Center construction began in New York. Same year 2001 Space Odyssey came out. It's all synced up, the news and the sports. There's so much to explain, man, but it's a script.
What about the Blazers? Tell me about the Blazers.
Think about, who did the Blazers beat in their only championship?
They beat 76.
The 76ers. What season was that?
77.
It was the 76-77 season, right?
The championship was playing.
Yeah, but it was the 76-77 season. It's just like this year, we're tracking each game in the playoffs. 76ers had the first home game earlier in the playoffs, and home team records in the first round of the playoffs were 7-6 going into the 76ers game. Last night, Tobias Harris became 7-6 at home in the playoffs. He came over to Philly with Doc Rivers. All this stuff, it's amazing what they do, man. Day after day when you follow this. It'll blow your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I put $20 on the Blazers at 50-1 to win the championship, like in Philly, actually about 2 weeks ago. And we'll see how it works out tonight, right?
I hope it happens for you, man. I'm cheering for it.
Obviously, you don't listen to his work.
No, I was just, yeah.
But hey, $20 isn't a lot to risk for the big payout. I'm with you, man. Got to cheer for the Blazers. That's how I would have bet back in the day, too. Who's going to win it this year? Well, all right, so we're going to see if I'm going to be wrong, because I have a prediction from the day that LeBron signed with the Lakers. So the day LeBron signed with the Lakers, I said he'll win the Lakers their 17th championship in his 17th season, because NBA is 17. And he came over from Ohio, the 17th state, on 1-7 with a $153 million contract, which is a 17 triangular. So he did that. He won them their 17th championship in his 17th season. But then I followed that up and I said, okay, where it makes sense to go from here, LeBron's favorite number is 66. The year that he won his first finals, the year that LeBron won his first finals,
With you and numbers.
I love numbers, man. So does my dad. I got it from him.
I'm curious.
I'm an accountant. Yeah. But the year that LeBron won his first finals, right? They shortened the season to 66 games. If you write out LeBron, if you write out Lakers, they're both 66, right? Like this year, he advanced over Steph. Did you guys know that him and Steph Curry are born in the same hospital at Akron, Ohio? Those two guys are born in the exact same hospital. So is Nate Thurmond, who retired the number 42 with the Warriors and the Cavs.
Well,
It does, man. Exactly. It looks like he's exactly, man. The pinstripes.
Yankees and the Indians they're not friends.
But my prediction was that from here, where he's going to go is he's going to go to 6-6 in the finals. So I'm thinking he's going to pull his way out. Here's what's amazing. You know how I just told you about the Brady 188 thing? Greatest of all time, 188 days after his birthday? If LeBron manages to win the finals this year, he's going to have 188 playoff wins. If the Lakers beat the Suns in this series, the Lakers will have 188 wins all time against the Suns. We predicted before the season began that LeBron would go through the Suns this year in the playoffs. But also, LeBron right now is 18-8 in the playoffs with the Lakers, kind of like 188. So, again, we'll see. I'm on the fence. Everyone's doubting me right now, but they were doubting me even more when LeBron was down 3-1, and I guaranteed he was winning on Raheem James' birthday.
What blows up?
It'll
Like
happen.
Diddy. You need to blow up like Diddy in the sports.
Diddy was trying to, we talked, Diddy this year was on YouTube talking about how some rappers and some musicians who are the greatest all time have numerical schemes to their name, and I was like, he's trying to hint at what's really going on.
What are you adding to get a numerical value out of your name?
So very simple. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. So that's the most simple way to do it. The next most simple way is just take the alphabetic order and use the rules of numerology. So the only difference would be A would still be 1, B would still be 2, C would still be 3, but when you get to the double digit letters, so like for example, Z, the 26th letter, the next most simple cipher, instead of Z being 26, it's just 2 plus 6 is 8, you see? So Z becomes 8. Why the 25th letter would be 2 plus 5 is 7, you see? That's where Cliff Robinson's 53, Los Angeles 53. That's where Portland, Rip City, Moda Center are 44. So
This works because the people that made the calendar that we're on and the language that we speak are the people behind this.
it's the Jesuits, man.
Calendar, you said it.
It's the Jesuits, exactly, named after the Pope. The word Pope is 52, just using the alphabetic order. We're on a 52-week calendar. Earth is 52. Lot to these numbers.
I gotta say, I'm a little pissed about that calendar.
Say that again?
I don't like the 30-day thing.
You know the name Buenos?
Gwyneth.
Gwyneth LaPan. She's like a numerologist. She's on
Spokane, like Spokane, Washington?
I'm not sure where she lives, but she's on Coast to Coast AM quite often.
I'm gonna have to look her up. Yeah, I didn't know about that. I'll look it up.
Me too. I'm learning this stuff too.
There's always more to know. So, yeah.
Man, wow. We love to make love to you guys.
No, you guys got things to do. Appreciate you guys being out here, getting the word out too about other important things.
Thank you.
We're the activists out here today. Have a great day.
People know the Gregorian calendar. He knew it.
Yeah. Yep. There's so much to explain.
I mean, why is it Saturn Day, Moon Day, Sun Day?
The 7 classical planets is what the 7 days of the week are named after. And the word month is like moon.
Tuesday in Spanish is Viernes, like Venus.
Yep.
Thursday, I mean,
Yep.
people,
Yep.
I guess we still worship these old Greek gods, I guess.
Indeed we do. Indeed we do. Yeah. Greek, Roman empires. Yeah. What do you think? Is it more time for more megaphone?
Yeah, I'm not even reading people's comments.
Try to keep my fingers off the camera here. Something I need to do is swap this around. Be easier if I do this.
4:08, 52 minutes till game time.
52 minutes to game time. Okay.
900 people watching. 9:02.
Can't break the 1K mark today, huh? All right. Let's.
Say, go drop bombs.
Yeah. Here, all right, here, chat, before I do it. What do you want me to hit him with right now? Is it time for another Cliff?
Nets,
Is it-
Chiefs, Gonzaga, I don't know.
Should we talk? God, there's so many things to talk about. Which one do we do?
7 rings, Brady maybe?
Brady. Somebody said do Brady. Brady and Kobe. Should we do Elgin Baylor? Should we do Elgin Baylor right before Baylor wins the championship? Brady.
Saints, Baylor, Elgin.
I wish I could remember the name of the ref right now off the top of my head who worked the game.
Oh, yeah.
Can't think of his name right now.
Oregon as a state.
Teaching about Oregon. Good day, Blazer fans. Again, we're out here again, educating about all the fallen Blazers, the great members of this community who died early, from Kevin Duckworth to Jerome Kersey to Cliff Robinson. Learning a lot of Blazer fans don't even realize that Cliff passed last year, one of the greatest Blazers we ever had, great member of the community. Again, you guys, Kevin Duckworth was a gentle giant, played a lot of softball down at Delta Park, did a lot of autographs, great mentor for children, and he died at the premature age of 44. You guys, this stuff's not an accident. Learn about Gematria. There's a song out there called Gematria, the killing name. Another song out there by the Police called Murder by Numbers. The musician Sting, around the time he sung that song, both of his parents died. But again, you guys, A is 1 up to Z is 26. Learn Gematria. In this code, Portland equals 44. Rip City equals 44. Moda Center equals 44. Notice the Blazers picked up their 44th win in Game 4. Again, Kevin Duckworth, Blazer great, died prematurely at age 44. Healthy man, always out on the field, playing ball, drops dead prematurely. Same thing with Jerome Kersey. Same thing last year with Cliff Robinson, you guys. Again, last year, Cliff Robinson died at age 53 on the day the Blazers and Lakers played their 53rd all-time playoff game. August 29th, the 241st day of the year, the 53rd prime. And in Gematria, Trailblazers equals 53, as does Los Angeles. You guys might also recall that Cliff Robinson died one day after Chadwick Boseman, who died on Jackie Robinson Day. Of course, it was moved last year because of the pandemic, but remember Chadwick Boseman, who played Jackie Robinson, died on Jackie Robinson Day in the MLB, and what was also the birthday of Jack Kirby, the author of Black Panther. And for those of you who don't know, Jackie Robinson was in the Black Panther Tank Brigade in World War II. Again, you guys, these are sick rituals, and people are dying for this. LeBron James, when he came back from down 3-1 and won the finals with the Cavs on June 19th, that was the real King James's birthday. That was LeBron's 103rd game of the season, which is the 27th prime number. LeBron scored 27 points in that game, and then 27 days later, Nate Thurmond died. The man who had the number 42 retired with the Cavs and Warriors, who was born in Akron, Ohio, in the same hospital as LeBron James and Steph Curry. Again, you guys, if you don't know the joke with LeBron, they call him King James, and he was drafted by the Cavaliers, and the connection is King James' son was King Charles, and the people who fought for King Charles in the English Civil War were called Cavaliers. He became a king at 13 months of age. LeBron won it with the Cavs on the real King James's birthday in his 13th season, coming back from down 1-3 like 13. Again, NBA fans, please learn Gematria. Look up the song Gematria, the killing name. Look into Kobe Bryant's death last year on January 26th, the 37-year anniversary of Bear Bryant, the football great coach. Kobe died on his 157th day of his age. In Gematria, Kobe Bryant's 157. 157's the 37th prime. One of the greatest basketball players dies on the anniversary of the greatest football coach. Again, you guys, this stuff's not an accident. There's sick rituals. And again, the NBA All-Star game right after Kobe's death was in tribute to Kobe, and it was the first team to score 157 points wins. Look into the movie poster for the Black Mamba starring Kobe, Bruce Willis, and Kanye West. It has an exploding helicopter on the cover, and the movie's tagline equals 157, just like Kobe Bryant, who'd die on his 157th day of his age. Again, in a helicopter. And if you guys think this stuff's all a coincidence, it's time to wake up. It's not an accident that Kobe scored his career-high 81 points in his 666th career game, 666, the mark of the beast. If you write out mark of the beast, it equals 81. In the day he did it, January 22nd, a curious day in history, 122. In Gematria, Satanic is 122, just like San Francisco, where the Satanic Church was established on the 122nd meridian. The word abortion also equals 122. The day of Roe vs. Wade is also January 22nd, the same day Kobe, in his 666th game, scored 81 points.
Kobe is 66, what?
You know how Kobe had a career high at 81? By the way, do you want to be on camera, man?
Oh yeah, I'm cool on camera.
You're cool on camera? All right, you look good on camera. Appreciate that. People like to see faces out here. But Kobe, when he scored his career high at 81, that was his 666th career game, 666.
Well, he died at the 66th game or something?
He died last year on January 26th. That was his 157th day of his age. In Gematria, Kobe Bryant equals 157. And then they did the All-Star game in tribute to him, and it was the first team to score 157 points won. So, again, I'm just trying to teach people about this knowledge. You remember Cliff Robinson?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really even look at sports.
Oh, you must not be from Portland.
No, I've been in Portland 20 years.
Oh, you are? Oh, well, Cliff used to play here, man. He was a great player.
Brandon Roy used to play
Yeah,
here.
UW, Husky.
This used to be not called the Moda Center.
It was the Rose Garden. We're the Rose City.
Rose Garden, yeah.
Yeah, I think they changed the name like 3 or 4 years ago. Lost track of time. Yeah.
But, yeah, I just came out here because I thought it was some protesting. So I wanted to see, you know?
Sure. Well, I appreciate you asking questions, man. Most people won't even do that much. So.
Is this going on YouTube or what?
It is going on YouTube. Yeah.
Are you like a famous person or something?
I'm definitely not a famous person.
How much is it going on your channel?
It's going on the YouTube channel, yeah.
Oh.
Don't worry, hardly anyone's going to see you. People hate the truth, man. If you talk about the truth, nobody wants to follow you.
Oh, yeah, the truth is really right, bro.
You remember back in the 90s, that hit line from the Jack Nicholson movie, A Few Good Men, you can't handle the truth?
Oh, I don't know. I'm only 22.
Oh, you weren't even alive back then, man. That was the biggest line in the 90s. You can't handle the truth, man. So, it's good to be young. It's good to be young, man. Enjoy it.
I don't even watch movies. So to me, you know, I am a born-again Christian, so I do believe like a lot of these movies, they have like an insight of the future. But they also have like a lot of demonic like.
Absolutely. Here, I'm gonna tell you something that you need to know. So look this up when you get a chance. It's called Clade X. It was the coronavirus pandemic simulation, May 15th, 2018, exactly 666 days before the pandemic was declared on March 11, 2020. Exactly 666 days. Gematria, there's a simple cipher. You just take the alphabetic order, but you just number it by 6. So A is 6, B is 12, C is 18, D is 24. If you write out the word vaccination, it's 666. If you write out mandatory, it's 666, right? Bill Gates. If you write out the phrase number of the beast, it equals 258. Bill Gates, full name William Henry Gates, is 258. He set up his vaccine alliance on the 258th day of his age. And he was one of the main sponsors of this simulation. Again, if you write out the phrase number of the beast, it equals 258, right? William Henry Gates, his full name is 258. Well, I'm just telling you that's how it is, and that's why he set up his vaccine. Well, I get that too, man. Hey, I smoke a lot of weed too, man. I can still do this. Don't let that be the excuse. But the point is, man, this whole agenda is super satanic. And again, you have to think about what they're doing right now, because the thing about 666 is, in Revelation, you must accept the mark if you want to buy or sell. And you see how many places have made rules. You got to wear your mask, which is just one letter off from Mark. You got to wear your mask. Some places you got to get the vaccine. And you see how they made Israel the first country in the world? Israel, the first country in the world, they made them to have vaccine papers. That's mockery, man. Jews had to carry papers in World War II, and then they make their country the first country to carry the vaccine papers. All this stuff is satanic, man. Evil people do run this world, and that's what I'm trying to wake people up to.
I think there's like a lot of hidden agenda behind the Bible says, you know, darkness in high places.
Yep,
so
that's what it is.
You know, a lot of people in high places that have control that could do good but choose to do harm instead, you know?
Exactly.
People always quote to John 3:16. God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten, that he gave his only begotten Son, that anyone who shall believe on him will not perish but have everlasting life.
Right.
But they don't read the end of it. It says, for Christ was the light, but people didn't choose the light. They chose darkness over light.
Yep.
In the end, a lot of people are going to accept the Antichrist. It's a sad reality. It's a very scary reality. And they're going to accept the mark of the beast. So for those people, I don't know. I can only say, like, you know, God have mercy on them.
Indeed. Yeah, that's about all you can say. Well, what do you think about all these people wearing jerseys with other men's names on their back? You can't talk about it. I get it, man. You have a good day. Well, it seems like we're getting a turnout here. We're starting to get more people here, so maybe I'll blast them one more time. Let me cool off in the shade for a second. These Portland types aren't used to this May heat. Or what month is it? June. Could you hear him with the mask on? Or was it hard to hear? Let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. What should I do next?
Some people were saying, give them fire, right in the fire, and then they were talking about the water, like Zach's hitting them with the holy water. It was funny.
We're getting the Gematria baptism out here.
Yep.
Yeah. Do the Bucks, please. Okay, let's talk about all the sevens going on this year. All right, we'll do the sevens, you guys. We'll do the sevens.
Watch your finger.
Was it on the mat? Was I doing it again?
I'm doing it right now.
I'm doing it right now?
Maybe it's your finger.
I moved my hand over to the other side of the camera, so it shouldn't happen this time.
Okay.
Good people of Portland, trying to get out the knowledge about how messed up the world of sports is, collegiate and pro. Getting you guys from rigged games to ritual sacrifice, it is going on. Anyone noticed all the sevens this year in sports? Nick Saban with the 7th championship, Brady with the 7th ring. In March Madness, you had a record 7 teams from Texas in the tournament, and Baylor won it with 86 points right after Elgin Baylor died at age 86. Bob Baffert picks up his record 7th Kentucky Derby. What's going on with all the sevens in 21? Again, you guys, what planet has 7 rings? That's an easy one, it's Saturn. You gotta learn gematria. Saturn equals 21. 21, the 6th triangular number, like the 6th planet from the sun.
You keep being based.
What's up, man?
I said keep being based, man.
What's that mean? I don't know that lingo.
You don't know your lingo?
No, what based? What's that mean?
You don't know what based is?
Yeah, help me out with that.
I've seen your video on Instagram, like circle around.
Cool.
Based is like short for based in truth.
Well, I appreciate that. All right.
Yeah.
But by the way, did you want to be on camera? It's up to you, man. I guess he wants to be.
That's the Jews.
Oh man, you're gonna get me taken down. You never know what's coming next, You never know what's coming next. David Stern somewhere just rolled over in his grave, and Adam Silver's on a special jet right here to take care of us. No, you guys, remember, the reason that I've fallen for it in the past too, you guys, I've been off point. It's the Jesuits who run this world, man, and they use the Jews like a shield and make the Jews look like they run the show, but it's the Jesuits. Again, that's why Israel was created on May 14th, 14/5. Remember, Catholics 145, 145 more chapters in the Catholic Old Testament, the Protestant Old Testament. Remember, Catholics also 46, like there's 46 books in the Catholic Old Testament. Again, all this goes back to the Catholic Church and the Jesuits, which kind of do have Jewish origins because several Jews converted to Catholicism, but again, that's not all Jews, man, so. Let's see. I was talking about 7 in sports. It's getting into that Elgin Baylor thing a little bit. Let me think. I'm trying to adjust. Again, I forgot my camera holder, so I'm not doing as good of a job with the camera today. But I'm trying my best here. Here, let's do a Cliff Robinson again, you guys. If you guys missed my Cliff Robinson video last year, I was so sad about Cliff, I even cried in the video. Good day, Blazer fans. Again, for all of you who remember Cliff Robinson, we're out here for Cliff Robinson today. He died last year, August 29th, at the premature age of 53. A lot of Blazer fans missed it. The day Cliff died at age 53, the Lakers closed out the Blazers in the 53rd all-time game between those two teams. Again, you guys, look into Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. There's a song out there called Gematria, the killing name. Another song out there called Murder by Numbers by the Police, where killing is the sport of the elite, and it's as simple as ABC, 1, 2, 3. Again, Uncle Cliff dead at 53, the day of the Blazers and Lakers 53rd postseason game. In Gematria, Trailblazers equals 53, as does Los Angeles. Understand the NBA does this to their players annually. They die by the numbers for these rigged rituals. Don't forget when LeBron went down to LA, just days later, within the first week, you had 2 UCLA players dead, both in connection to the number 67 in Gematria. Blood sacrifice is 67. Major patterns to pick up on. So many sacrifices for LeBron in his career, you guys. Cliff Robinson was one of them. The NBA's completely fixed. Don't get caught up emotionally in these games. It's scripted theater. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? I was just recording. I saw you last time. I think I talked to you. But yeah.
Did I have the shirt on and you took the picture of that? Yeah. I remember you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
Interesting stuff. But yeah, I was just recording some of it because I couldn't say it all the same way you did. So.
Well, I say it a different way every time. As long as you're getting out there, I don't think there's a wrong way to say it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know what's going on.
Yeah. You from Portland, man?
Yeah, I am.
Lifelong?
Like 10 years, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, I grew up here, but I've been living in Seattle and now Yakima. It's been a while since I've been in Portland, but this is my home city.
Could be the last game.
I hope not. Hope not. So. What's funny is if the Blazers do win today, they'll pick up their 120th playoff win all time, exactly 120 days after the owner's birthday, Paul Allen's daughter. And what else is funny is if the Blazers win today, they stay on 154 postseason losses all time, and today's the 154th day of the year. So, see what happens.
What does that mean, you think?
That's how they structure these games. You pay attention, you'd be amazed at how structured the games are by the date. It's a script. That's why the announcers are always saying you couldn't have scripted it any better. So.
They're in on it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I know they're using technology in these games to ensure outcomes. So, They hinted at that, man, in Michael Jordan's Space Jam with the magnets. And that, remember the David Blaine NBA advertising campaign about 10 years ago about how it's the magnets? He was saying the NBA is all magic. He's like, it's magnets. It's like, I don't think it's exactly magnets, but they got something going on. That's how Damian Lillard can make it from half court, and then the next game he's shooting 1 for 10 from the field. I just don't understand that. That shouldn't be possible as a basketball player. Shouldn't be shooting 1 for 10 when you can train him from half court. So, yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Appreciate you, man. Did you want to say anything on this live stream?
Nah,
All right.
just a listener.
Yeah. Appreciate you checking in. All right, same gentleman who liked my t-shirt last time and filmed it. He came up, he's here again. He's recording, helping get out the word to his social media. This guy's got his music. You know what? It allowed me to resume the stream.
Nice.
Good. All right, you guys, we should be back. Looks like we lost almost everybody. No surprise there. And it's weird. I got a message on my phone I've never seen before. It said my phone overheated and it shut it down. It was shortly after the one guy gave us the surprise message. And I don't know what to think. That reminded me in Seattle how the agent provocateurs got our live stream shut down. But yeah, you guys, it's getting close to game time. In case the phone doesn't feel hotter than normal, so that's why I was filming the phone. I was like, it doesn't feel hot. Why did it shut down from overheating? But I'm gonna try to. I found the little patch of shade here on the bench, so maybe I'd rather stand up so they see me, but I might just have to do it here from the shade. But my voice is starting to go shitty too. Again, I think I broke the voice box by hollering on the corner for too many days in a row. Some people might call that natural consequences. But let's try it out. Blazer fans, again, R.I.P. Cliff Robinson, one of the greatest Blazers we ever had, Uncle Cliff. A lot of you guys missed it last year. Cliff Robinson died at age 53, the day the Lakers closed out the Blazers in what was the 53rd postseason game all time between the two teams. Again, we teach about Gematria. Look up the song Gematria, the killing name. In Gematria, Trailblazers equals 53, as does Los Angeles. Uncle Cliff dead at 53, the day the Lakers close out the Blazers in the 53rd postseason game between both teams all time. These type of rituals go on all the time. How about Kobe Bryant last year? Kobe Bryant dead January 26th on the 37-year anniversary of Bear Bryant, the football great coach. In Gematria, Kobe Bryant equals 157. Days after his death, the NBA game, All-Star game, was in tribute to his death. They set the target score at 157, and of course, Team LeBron won, the first team to score 157 in tribute to Kobe, who died on his 157th day of his age. If you know your numbers, 157's the 37th prime. Again, Kobe dead on the 37-year anniversary of Bear Bryant. This stuff goes on all the time, you guys. Mark Eaton got it last week. They said Mark Eaton dead at age 64 in a bicycle accident. Bicycle accident equals 64. He died on the 28th of May, 528, 528's the 32nd triangular number. Utah Jazz equals 32, the team he played for. Again, you guys, learn the code of Gematria, see through the ritualistic deaths. Who noticed that the night before Brady won Super Bowl 55 in the GOAT Bowl, Leon Spinks was dead in the news. Leon Spinks in Gematria equals 55. He's remembered for beating the GOAT, Muhammad Ali, who died on this day 5 years ago. But Leon Spinks, when he beat Muhammad Ali, he kept Muhammad Ali on 55. 55 career wins, 5-5. His death in the news the night before Super Bowl 55. Look into Butch Reed, former Kansas City Chief and wrestler. He died the same day as Leon Spinks. Again, you guys, these are rituals. Leon Spinks dead the night before Tom Brady becomes the GOAT in Super Bowl 55. And by the way, with regard to today being the 5-year anniversary of the death of Muhammad Ali, he died on 6/3. The Prophet Muhammad died at age 63, and Muhammad Ali died in 2016, the 63rd triangular number. I know Americans aren't real good with math, but this stuff is elementary, you guys, and it goes on every single day. Murder by numbers. There's a song about it. There's actually a few songs about it. There's even a movie poster about it. It's not that, I'm hydrated. I have water here. It's just that my voice it's been like a month now. There was just one day where it got squeaky. I know it's just from being out on the corner doing this too much. I abused the voice, so I don't know. It might be permanent damage, but, oh, look at this, man. Tim's over here with the books in his hand talking to people, getting the knowledge out that way. So Tim's doing a better job than me. People get scared of the man with the megaphone. Let me think of some more. I gotta think of some more good rituals.
They just want to know if the Blazers are going to win tonight. That's all they want to know.
Yeah. For the guys who want to know if the Blazers are gonna win, Paul Allen's daughter, the new owner of the team. Remember, Paul Allen died the day after Pete Carroll became the winningest coach in Seattle history. Just a big coincidence. But again, if the Blazers do win tonight, they will get their 120th postseason win 120 days after Jody Allen's birthday, the owner of the team. And they'll stay on 154 postseason losses all time on the 154th day of the year. So let's see if the NBA's got another one rigged by the numbers for the Blazers. Just like how they picked up their 44th career win in Game 4 when Moda Center, Portland, and Rip City all equal 44. Again, you guys, there's not really anything to cheer about when the games are rigged, which they are, but I guess enjoy your frills.
God love you, Zach.
Yeah, the fans hate it.
Love you.
Yeah. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, that was another correct prediction. We said in 2014 why he was going to die at age 74, because Muhammad's 74 like killing. Dead at 74 on 6/3 when the Prophet Muhammad died at age 63. It's sick what they do. Remember Donald Trump with his predictive programming for 2016, the Serta mattress ad, talking to the digital sheep 9 and 11. Serta 63, 2016, the 63rd triangular. It's all the same. Here, let's try another one. Good day, Blazer fans. Who caught the sick joke with Baylor winning March Madness this year, scoring 86 points, beating the Jesuit team Gonzaga right after Elgin Baylor died at age 86? You know where Elgin Baylor went to school? He went to Seattle University, the other Jesuit program in Washington. There's only 27 Jesuit universities in the nation, 2 in Washington State. Of course, that's because George Washington was favored by the Jesuits in the Catholic Church, and that's why the first Jesuit university, Georgetown's, right there. By the way, R.I.P. to John Thompson. John Thompson, dead at age 78. August 30th, 2020, a date with 78 numerology on a Sunday, that big Catholic day, the sun-worshiping pagan cult. Sunday in Jesuit equals 78. The Jesuit coach, John Thompson, dead at 78 on a Sunday on a 78 date numerology, unexpectedly while on vacation. Again, you guys, that's the cost of selling your soul to make the big money in this world of rigged sports. You know, gotta wake up, you guys. We gotta stop supporting these satanic leagues. Kobe Bryant, the self-worshiping asshole that he was, his career high, 81 points in his 666th game, 666. Again, in Gematria, Mark of the Beast equals 81. So does Kobe Bean Bryant. Learn your code. See through the rituals, you guys. The leagues are rigged, and they're ritually sacrificing the players. Ask Kobe Bryant about it. Traveling from Catholic Mass. What's up, man? You think it's funny? What's funny about it? This guy right here thinks it's all a big joke. Cliff Robinson dead at 53, the day the Lakers close out the Blazers in the 53rd all-time postseason game, when in Gematria Trailblazers in Los Angeles is 53. This stuff's not a joke. It's the sickest stuff going on in the world, and they know it. They can do it in front of the brain-dead masses who just watch the TV and believe all the bullshit shoved down their throat every day. That's why you guys got your slave muzzles on, like that's gonna protect you from the killer pandemic. If we had a real pandemic, there'd be biohazard boxes everywhere to put your slave muzzles in. Again, grow a pair, grow an immune system, get rid of that fat gut, turn off your TV, and evolve. Also, you guys, think about the ritual of wearing other men's names on your back. You think that's a good thing to do? I know Damian Lillard's a great basketball player, but do you think he really cares about Portland when he's from Oakland? Didn't you guys see it in 2000? What year was it we lost to Golden State in the Western Conference Finals? Sonia Curry got to cheer for both of her sons. It was all about Sonia Curry, Seth versus Steph. But again, remember you guys, the Hulu Has Live Sports commercial came out. Damian Lillard shooting his money guns in the air. They'd go to commercial break. Damian Lillard would be throwing his ball out of bounds, dribbling into triple coverage, turning it over left and right, just throwing the game away. Back to commercial on the timeout. More Damian Lillard with the Hulu Got Live Sports money guns. Again, you guys, they're making fun of you. That's why they killed Chadwick Boseman, who played Jackie Robinson on Jackie Robinson Day. They know in front of the zombie masses they can get away with anything. Blow up some buildings, Patriot Act, make a quarterback with no speed and agility, the greatest quarterback in the history of the league on the Patriots. Again, you guys, sports, news, it's all a script for the zombie masses who need to pull their heads out of their rear end. I think I had my finger on the top of the screen again. Sorry, you guys, I forgot my camera holder, so I'm doing it with this, just holding the phone with my hand, and I keep screwing it up. Oh yeah, Bill Vinovich. Oh yeah, the blowing call, and they even made the point that the guy who blew the call in that Saints-Rams game used to play for the Rams. It's just like, man, they just love to rub it in, man. They love to rub it in. Appreciate everyone who hit the like button today. Again, I'm going to go back on the megaphone here in a second, but my voice, I got the hearing of a 100-year-old and the voice of a 100-year-old now to go with it. The eyes will be right behind it as much as I stare at the computer screen. I was just driving with my dad, and my dad can still see way better than me. I was like, God, he's almost 70 and he sees better than me. That's not looking good for me. Just all these players, college and pro, man, just throwing games. Kobe Bryant jersey here. We got to do it, man. We got to do it for the dude in the Kobe jersey. From my man in the Kobe jersey, R.I.P. Kobe. Dead on his 157th day of his age. Learn Gematria. Kobe Bryant 157. The All-Star game in tribute to Kobe was the first team to score 157 points. These things aren't a coincidence. They're sick rituals. That's why LeBron passed Kobe in points scored one day before Kobe's death. Coincidentally, in his hometown of Philly, Kobe dropped to fourth in scoring. The number 4 is associated with death because in Mandarin Chinese and Japanese, you pronounce the word 4 the same way you pronounce death. He wasn't that big of a Kobe fan. He'd want to know more about it.
Got a lot of legs. 651, 10 on legs.
Not bad.
Oh, that's really
Not bad.
good.
Not bad. Portland, does anyone think it's weird that Damian Lillard's brother's name is Houston in light of the Houston-Portland connection with Clyde Drexler, one of the greatest Blazers of all time? There's a whole lot more I could tell you about it, but again, a lot of these guys in the league are born and bred to be. They're like thoroughbred horses, and that's why the owners often buy the numbers when they're done with them. Again, a lot of players could attest to that, from Kobe to Cliff to Jerome Kersey to Kevin Duckworth. Again, RIP to Kevin Duckworth, a man I got to know, dead at age 44, and not by accident. In Gematria, Portland equals 44, Rip City 44, Moda Center 44. Notice how the Blazers picked up their 44th win in Game 4. Tim, you're making a good impression. People wanted to clarify. Yeah, that's Tim. Tim took a day off from playing for the Yankees. Came out here to get the truth out today.
I bought this shirt special for today.
Dude, I'm going to buy a shirt just like that for my dad. He'll wear it every day. My dad's a huge Yankees fan. Actually, I think my dad's finally getting over sports because he's not even watching this year. I've never seen anything like it in my life, so...
I was gonna drive out to Yakima, but that's a hard drive because it's just, I don't know.
Well,
from Vegas, it's not.
Oh yeah, no, there's not a lot to do out in Yakima. It's pretty beautiful. What's nice about driving from here to Yakima is you just get to see how much the terrain changes, because over here it's all big green trees, and then once you cross a certain point, it just turns into the desert. It's kind of cool to witness.
So when you were here, and you said if they win game, 4 or game 3 or whatever it was, and there'll be a game 4, whatever for today. That's when I booked the flight.
Yeah.
Like a 2-hour flight from Vegas. Let me meet Zach.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Let me. People, man. I bought the wrong shirt. They want to know what name is on my back.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name on there. He's about to put his own name on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not a real Yankee shirt, you guys. It just reminds us of the Yankees because of the pinstripes. Our guy's marching around with a sign. I wonder what's on his sign. So.
Anything on Drew Brees, they're asking.
Man, Drew Brees, I mean, he's had some good rituals over the years. Is there a good one to talk about with old Drew right now? Let me think. There. I can think of Zion Williamson. Again, NBA fans, tell me where the coincidences end. Was it a coincidence that all day on May 14th, 2019, ESPN was showing Jewish rabbis from NBA city to NBA city praying to get Zion Williamson on the birthday of Zionist Israel? Again, you guys, we are being mocked every day by how rigged these games are, by how ritualistic it is. And again, the United States of America, it's that phrase. Those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it. How many of you know what day Zionist Israel's birthday is? Do you know that it's May 14th? What are the odds that the Zion Williamson sweepstakes was May 14th? Again, the NBA is ran by proud Zionists. Again, you guys, it's a sick world and a lot of people seem to be paying no mind. I see your middle finger over there, sir. Why don't you come talk to me with the middle finger? I see your 2 middle fingers. I'm out here for Cliff Robinson, sir, and all the fallen Blazers that I got to meet myself. I don't know where you're from, buddy, but Cliff Robinson was a great member of this team. He died last year at age 53 on the 50th, coincidentally on the day the Blazers got closed out by the Lakers, which happened to be the 53rd all-time game between the Blazers and the Lakers in the postseason. And again in Gematria, Portland Trailblazers equals 53, and so does Los Angeles. Again, dummies like you are the reason these psychopaths get away with it, because they know they got dummies like you who got no balls, just sit there with their middle finger showing their 1 IQ point. And again, oh, you got 2 IQ points. Good for you, dumbass. Again, Mr. 2 IQ points, I bet you thought it was a big coincidence when Chadwick Boseman died last year on Jackie Robinson Day and on the birthday of Jack Kirby, who wrote the Black Panther. And by the way, triggered man over here, who's probably not from Portland, moved back to California. Yeah, go back. Oh, 2 IQ points over here. We got 4 between the 2 of you. Hey, what's that mean? What's that mean? is it? Carmelo Anthony. I like Carmelo, so I can't say nothing about you.
Bring us in? Hold on to it.
Again, you guys, a lot of you think it's a coincidence. These satanic rituals they do right in front of your face. Kobe Bryant with his career-high 81 in his 666th game. Learn Gematria, the biblical code. Mark of the beast equals 81. So does Kobe Bean Bryant. Again, you guys, it's sick stuff going on in the world of professional sports. And all of you who laugh about it, you're what's wrong with the country. A lot of you are the same sheep wearing your slave muzzle, believing in the bullshit fed to you every day on TV that's done nothing but lie to you your whole life. I see you over there with your 1 IQ point. I see you. I see you with those pasty white legs and the 1 IQ point. Get a life, lady.
So, there's some people from Vegas. They're saying you should do what you're doing at Fremont Street. Basically, rent a little circle, and there's people that perform and do whatever, and they do it for money. But it is actually kind of a good idea to go down to Fremont Street. I say, whoever put that on there, do that for March Madness of 2022, because that's where you're going to get a lot of money. And because a lot of people go to Vegas, they don't care. They're just having a good time. They're gambling. They don't know who they're betting. They're just there for fun. It's such easy money. It's not even funny. And when you got Gematria, so I hope Zach does come, because I know I'll be in Vegas. I live in South America, but I will definitely be in every March Madness in Vegas for the rest of my life. It's money making.
Indeed. The horse races are a good time to be down there too.
That too. Kentucky Derby.
Sweet lady wants to move to Vegas someday. We might just do it.
It's 108 degrees there today and tomorrow, so I don't know if you want to be there in the summertime. A little warm.
Yeah. For my man over here in the LeBron jersey, just so you know, the Lakers game is in Los Angeles today. In case you didn't know that, though, let me tell you something about LeBron. LeBron James, he won his only championship with the Cavs in his 13th season, just like how the real King James became a king at 13 months of age. And when LeBron won it, he won it on June 19th, which is the real King James's birthday. And of course, he came back from down 1-3. Again, you guys, the NBA's fixed. It's all riddles right in front of your face. The reason King James LeBron plays on the Cavs, or he used to, is because Cavaliers is a name that goes back to King Charles. The people who fought for King Charles in the English Civil War were called Cavaliers, and King James' son was King Charles. Again, you guys, they know in the United States nobody knows anything about anything when it comes to history. That's how they get away with mocking us day after day. Rig sports in tribute to history. Everyone should have known it after 9/11. 9/11, Patriot Act, Patriots. Katrina, New Orleans. Houston, Astros World Series. Again, you guys, they do it again and again. Wake up. We had a nice little line of triggered people. Where did they go? I actually enjoy the triggered people.
I think you catch more people with honey than vinegar, right?
That's what they say. Tell you what, though, I started out my YouTube days giving nothing but honey and nobody cared. Started dropping a little vinegar, man. All of a sudden, the subscribers went up. So it's hard to say.
Okay.
There's a balance to it. That's my mom's fault. She made my mouth full of vinegar. Sorry, Mom. She's like, what? My mom's got some real vinegar. So, let's see.
I love YouTube comments. They're so funny.
What's next, man?
How about...
Here, let's try to do one I'm not supposed to do.
like COVID-19?
Oh, God, I'm tempted to do it, but maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Then they might really take it down.
No, they will. You got almost 900 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about, can you talk about like Jesuits and the calendar?
All right, let's do it with the Elgin Bailey thing. All right, you guys, gonna learn something new today. We're gonna cover it from college basketball to the NBA to the rigged election of Slow Joe Biden. Who's happy about Slow Joe? You guys, we told people all year Slow Joe Biden would be the next president. We said he'd be number 46, and the reason we knew he'd be number 46 is because the November 3rd election was 46 weeks after Pope Francis' birthday. And there was only one Catholic president in this country before Joe Biden. That was JFK, who was assassinated at age 46. So what's the number 46 got to do with Catholic? In Gematria, Catholic equals 46. Like there's 46 books in the Catholic Old Testament. Think about his son, Beau Biden, who died at age 46. And the thing about his son is he died 201 days before Pope Francis' birthday. So why does that matter, 201? It's because the Jesuits, who are responsible for all of this, are all about the number 201. Supposedly they were saved in history by Catherine the Great, who preserved the order in 1773 with 201 Jesuits. It's why Pope Francis, the first Jesuit pope, is the first to live in suite 201. If you write out his birth name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, it equals 201. If you write out the founder of the Jesuits' name, Ignatius of Loyola, it equals 201. If you write out the apartment that Pope Francis lives in, Domus Sancte Marte, it equals 201. If you write out Aloysius de Gonzaga, it equals 201. And this year, Gonzaga, the Jesuit program, went down to Baylor right after Elgin Baylor, who went to the Jesuit program, Seattle University, died. And from Elgin Baylor's September 16th birthday to the day Baylor won the championship at Indianapolis was 201 days. And Indianapolis equals 201. And the coach of Baylor, who went to Butler in Indianapolis, the game was 201 days before his birthday. Again, you guys, the Jesuits abused this 201 number. Think about what day Inauguration Day is, 20/1, like 201. And the Jesuits have been in D.C. longer than the federal government. Again, you guys, not an accident that Brady in the scripted Super Bowl had 201 passing yards. He picked up his 201st career win over the Rams, who he beat 19 years before he beat the Chiefs, both Missouri teams. Again, the 19-year cycles in the moon. There's just so much to learn. And what I've learned about most sheep is they don't want to learn jack shit. They just want to watch the TV, wear their slave muzzle, and wear other men's names on their back, cheering for overpaid sellout athletes. Tell me, Portland fans, how many Portland Trail Blazers are from Portland, Oregon? If you guess 0, you're dead on. We haven't had one since Damon Stoudemire, who went to Wilson High School. Again, you guys, we suffer for lack of knowledge, and we live in a society where people hate knowledge, they hate truth, but they sure love entertainment. They sure do. They sure love watching Kobe put up 81 points in his 666th career game, a totally selfish effort. And of course, 666 is associated with Satan, and the first tenet of Satanism is worship yourself. Kobe Bryant scored 81 in that game. The rest of his team scored 41. Of course, Kobe died at age 41. And then last year, LeBron won the NBA Finals on October 11th, Father-Daughter Day on the calendar, after Kobe and his daughter died exactly 41 weeks after his birthday. To the zombie masses, it's probably all just a coincidence. Again, you guys, that TV show Walking Dead, that was more mockery. That's about what we are, the land of the walking dead. The sleeping zombies.
Valley go backwards. They love being lied to also.
They do love being lied to, man. They do. They do.
Yeah. That's sad.
I'm going to work on the interview with Kwame. I honestly haven't put in the effort yet because I've just been so busy this week with all the things, man. Keeping up with the playoffs, the horse racing. What else are we decoding? What's the other thing? Oh, the tennis tournament. There's just so much going on. Plus, I'm visiting my mom. But I will work on the Kwame thing. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. And we did have him in a few live streams, so very possible we make it happen. He said he's going to put us on game. We'll see. We'll see. He was in that stream where I was talking about LeBron's major Number of the Beast ritual. First game back in LA. Game 3.
Talk about slow Joe to the slow crowd.
It's funny how I was pretty deep into the Joe Biden thing, and this group of guys look back with a snicker face. It's like, you dummies really think that's all a coincidence? They do, though. I just already know. It's just like, I mean, there's something seriously wrong with humanity. Again, for all you young people, understand just the masses are not smart people. It's why they fell for 9/11, which was the most obvious lie ever, until COVID came, which is the biggest lie ever, even bigger than 9/11. But it's just so obvious too. It's like you gotta have 2 IQ points to not see through it. Seemingly, either that or you're under some kind of trance, which is probably really what's going on, man. Occultists do control the world, man. That's why they're using the same stuff that they used back in the days of Babylon for their ritual. That's where all this stuff goes back to. All roads lead to Babylon. The Catholic Church who runs the show these days is the whore of Babylon.
Mystery Babylon.
Yeah. Yeah. Rip City right there, 44. Moda Center right there, 44. Portland, 44. That's probably the biggest threat against Portland today, is just not getting past that 44th win. But I keep pointing out, they're doing something with the Blazers and Lakers. I cannot figure out what it is. But LeBron's first game with the Lakers was against Portland. And then when they did the Remembering Kobe game, that was Portland and LA, and Lillard lit it up. So I'm like, what is it about Portland and LA right now in the time that LeBron's in LA? And if both these teams win today, they'll probably, well, I guess the Clippers-Mavericks game has a chance to go to Game 7, but only 3 series right now that could go to Game 7 in the year of sevens, so.
Is there a Carmelo Anthony connection?
Well, so when the Blazers won the last game, that was Carmelo Anthony's birthday. That was his 37th birthday.
Oh, I mean with him and LeBron.
Oh, Carmelo was taking 1 pick after LeBron. I don't think Carmelo was on Portland, though, that first Blazers. Because Carmelo, when did he join the Blazers? I think LeBron was on the Lakers before Carmelo went to the... I got to check that.
Aren't they friends?
They are buddies, yeah. LeBron was taken right ahead of Carmelo. I can't remember if Carmelo was the 2nd pick of the draft or the 3rd. They might have taken a big white guy as the 2nd pick, and Carmelo might have went 3rd in that draft. LeBron was 1 to the Cavs. There was a big white guy that was either taken 2nd or 3rd, and then Carmelo was right there. That big white guy was a bust.
Melo was 3rd.
Yeah, Melo was 3rd. So I know there was some big white guy taken 2nd. He didn't really have much of an NBA career.
It wasn't Darko, was it?
Darko Milicic or whatever? That could have been it. I forget what his name was. Yeah, people are writing Darko. It was. Yeah, that's who it was.
The guy was a flop.
Yeah. Sonics jersey over there.
Riley says they're both 37.
Here. Speaking of bus, let's ask this question for the Blazer fans. Hey, Blazer fans, you guys remember 2007 when coincidentally the Blazers and the Sonics got the number 1 and number 2 pick? And if you had to be brain dead to not take Kevin Durant number 1, he was like Scottie Pippen 2.0. How you going to draft Greg Oden, who was already injured? But again, you guys, this stuff's all mockery. Yeah, yo, shut up. How about come talk to my face, buddy? Again, you guys, the NBA is mocking us. We took Sam Bowie over Jordan, and we took Greg Oden over Kevin Durant. These were no-brainers, just straight mockery for the small market Portland Trail Blazers, and fans just can't seem to see through it, you guys. How many of you just thought it was a big coincidence last year when Chadwick Boseman died on Jackie Robinson Day and Jack Kirby's birthday, the author of Black Panther, when Jackie Robinson was in the Black Panther Tank Brigade in World War II. Again, these things are called rituals, you guys. Jackie Robinson, then the next day, Cliff Robinson's dead, the longtime Portland Trailblazer, at age 53, on the day of the 53rd postseason game all time between the Blazers and Lakers. Again, learn Gematria, Trailblazers 53, Los Angeles 53. And from the Gematria community, they want to thank all the sheep who don't care about knowledge, because if people were awake to what we were awake to, they'd have to change up their script and how they rig their games that's paying big bankrolls to a lot of people taking advantage of the rigged leagues. Again, the games are rigged, you guys. The players, the coaches, the refs, they're all in on it. That's why they're all overpaid. Keeps the lips sealed. Whoops, I had my finger on the camera. My bad, you guys.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I did. I just noticed. I'm so bad with the camera today. Shout out to all the blind people who don't notice. So.
Let's grab a circle and march, gainful mind, change the percentage of winning. Yeah, I'm telling you, I like that idea.
What's that?
Going to Fremont Street.
I might just have to move down to Vegas. It's the right city for me to be in with this knowledge.
They're not going to like you not wearing a mask in Fremont Street, though.
Is that right?
Yeah. Even though it's technically
What's up, man?
outside.
Let's go Yankees. Let's go Yankees. By the way, MLB 27, 27 championships. Maybe. It's the year of sevens. Yankee fan said, here comes 28. He's ready for it.
Damn sure. Hey, at least I got us a Yankees guy.
You notice how none of the Portland fans stood up for Slow Joe. That's just proof that nobody likes Slow Joe.
Tear up the tickets, guys. Gotta go backwards.
Yeah, Brandon Roy's big up here in the Pacific Northwest because he went to University of Washington in Seattle too. Played for the Blazers. I'll never forget his game winner over Yao Ming off the inbound pass with no time. I know that's when they're getting the technology going, man. He threw that ball way up to the ceiling. It dropped right through the rim. I was like, oh my God, that's the most ridiculous shot I ever saw in the history of the NBA.
So Crypto Ginger said, if you want their attention, tell them how they can make money with Gematria.
I don't want to help out these sheep. Come over here and talk to me. I'll tell you. No, we're not helping out these losers. I'm out here to demonstrate what a society of losers we live in, you guys. I'm out here to prove exactly what I've been saying for 20 years straight, man.
I respect that. Yeah, I went to slave school, so I got to unlearn all that crap that I mean, I did skip school a lot, so that's one good thing in my favor. I grew up and I skipped school and I would go play at the college next door at Kent State University, and I was like 15, 16, 17, and all those days that I skipped school were a good thing because I wasn't like in that, you know, like one less day of slave school, you know. It's like, I mean, you could go to a poor school in Detroit, poorest school with a brick prison looking building. You can be in kindergarten and they'll have a nice, you know, globe for you to learn about the globe. Yeah. But let's not talk about that. Anyways, so yeah, I think it was a good thing that I skipped a lot of school because it got me out of learning the bullshit that.
Truly. Yep. Yeah, you don't really, in hindsight, you see things like that, you're like, that was a blessing. Yeah, things that help you break out of the matrix, man.
Something inside me knew it wasn't right, you know?
Yep. 100%.
And then I joined the military, so.
Well, that's what woke you up. That was part of the journey. I almost joined the military. I thought about it. The recruiter told me there'd never be another war in my lifetime. One summer later, 9/11 happens. If I would have taken that advice, man, talk about busted advice. Could have been doing, how many tours did you have to do?
Just one, that was enough for
Well,
me.
that was lucky.
Yeah. Well, I re-enlisted for Japan because I knew I wasn't going to deploy again out of Japan. After that, I went to Hawaii. That was a little risky because I could have deployed from there. But from Hawaii, that's when I got out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been all over the world. I was stationed in Germany, Texas, a lot of places. I've been everywhere.
That's the cool thing about military, you get to travel. Yeah. Remember, I met a girl in the Navy. She didn't like living on the boat in the cramped quarters, but she liked how much of the world she saw. So I guess all things good in bed.
She got a lot of attention from the males.
Oh, she definitely did. She was a cute girl. So, yeah.
Women love attention. It's like they're crack.
Of course.
That's why
of course.
you know.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. So.
It's like a shot of like endorphin to them, and they get attention. That's
absolutely. Being complimented.
That's the stuff.
For all you guys who got a crush on some girl, you better go out and approach her and compliment her, man. That's what they're out there for. What do you think they're all dolled up for? They want the man who sees that they put in the work, and they want that compliment. That's all it takes, guys. Just go over and tell her how pretty she looks, how much you appreciate, her outfit.
Well, if you tell her how pretty she is, then that kind of shoots yourself in the foot a little bit.
Well, there's a way to say it. You're right. Don't be like, there's, you say it the right way. You're right. Some girls you gotta play more hard to get. It all depends.
You gotta play the game.
Yeah. Indeed. Indeed. Let's see. That's the young people's word. No simping. That's the young people. That word didn't exist when I was a kid.
No.
Simping.
I like that word.
Yeah, I get it. Our fans are dying down. Did we give them one last blast?
I say we kick over the fire and burn this place down.
I wish. I wish. Yeah, what is the symbolism with the fire and water? What's that all about? Baptism by fire. Should I tell them about how we predicted that there'd be blackouts all over the nation on Valentine's Day? Because that'll hit home for Portland. A lot of them didn't have power for over a week. And the other hardest hit city was Houston. Damian Lillard's brother's name is Houston.
Don't forget the Loves card.
I don't think I can do that one, though. They can't even get Cliff Robinson at 53. They'll really think I'm out of my mind.
Basic. I don't know. They gotta want to know the truth.
They don't want to know the truth. That's the problem.
Now I guess we know a little bit how Jesus felt when he walked the earth. Right?
I guess that's why he had 12 homeboys. All the people in the world. 12 homies. Arvydas Sabonis, those were the days, you guys. Arvydas Sabonis, those were the days. Somebody just tried to order my book. It said the order has failed. I appreciate the effort. I've been getting that notification. It's like I hardly sell any books anymore because YouTube disabled all the links, but it seems like any time somebody tries the book, I get an email that says, the order failed. It's like, man, nobody can even buy the book anymore.
That's right. They don't want to know the truth. That's the problem.
The troll's in here. He says, the actual problem is that you're blinded in your own hubris. Okay, troll. Where am I blind? I'm sorry if my predictions haven't been landing left and right, from sports to elections to news stories. Every year that I've been here, which is over 7 years now, you might have a point. But you don't. The books are PDF files. I made them free to download, too, if you don't have any money. Just go to my Patreon page, scroll back. There's a post since the Christmas Eve post, but the Christmas Eve post is still there on the Patreon page. You can download both ebooks for free if you can't afford it. Yeah, it must be close to game time, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Dumbing
down the people.
Again, Blazer fans, RIP to Kevin Duckworth, Jerome Kersey, and Cliff Robinson, all great Blazers, all great members of this community, all great influences for the young people growing up in Portland when they were here, and for their great efforts, they all died prematurely. Notice Terry Porter still walks the earth, one of the biggest assholes to ever play for this team. But again, Cliff Robinson, you guys, he died last year at age 53 on the day of the 53rd game all time between the Lakers and Blazers in the postseason. Blazers got closed out that day. It was the 241st day of the year, the 53rd prime. Uncle Cliff dead at 53. Again in Gematria, Trailblazers 53, Los Angeles 53. Learn the code, see through these rituals. Do the same thing from Kobe to Kevin to Jerome to Cliff to Mark Eaton And the list goes way beyond that, you guys. You guys think it's a coincidence that Kobe Bryant died on the anniversary of Bear Bryant? Absolutely not. These are sick rituals. Learn Gematria. Well, we're almost at 800 likes. Not bad, team. Not bad. We might even make it to 1,000 at this rate. We'd probably have more. I know YouTube actively takes away likes and makes it so people's likes don't add to the count. There's just so many levels of censorship. But again, the good news today, we talked to a few people who actually had some questions. And then the other good news is nobody shot us again. But
Didn't someone come back from day one though also?
Yep, the gentleman came back from day one. He was filming, asked some more questions. So, yeah. This guy looks like Pete Carroll undercover. That's the second guy who looked like Pete Carroll today. Right now, walking by is Damian Lillard in playing shape and Damian Lillard 30 years from now. Somebody else has tried to order the book. Order has failed. Oh, man, I appreciate the effort, you guys. Someday we'll find a way to make some money for this movement, but I appreciate all you guys who support and even those who tried to support. Yeah. Again, it's amazing though, this weather, man. I think I like climate change. I think I like it. Never used to get a week like this in the month of May, early June in Portland. 80-degree weather. Yankees making the rounds. Yeah. Yeah.
Saturday's the 44th anniversary of Portland winning the title, so you got to throw that.
77. I like that, man. You're a real vet. Appreciate that, man. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Wow.
Yankees fans got the facts right there. Okay.
Baseball people know the numbers.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out. He must work here or something. He must work here because I mean he's just made so many laughs today. LaMarcus Aldridge. Come on, how are you going to buy a LaMarcus Aldridge jersey? Talk about the sorriest Blazer there ever was. That guy was so soft. Look at him. He didn't even realize. Look at that. That's the kind of guy who buys an Aldridge jersey. I'm glad I just captured that. He didn't even realize there was a fountain going on and just got soaked. Oh, my God. He's got his mask on. Doesn't even realize where he's walking. Nobody's buying a LaMarcus. LaMarcus Aldridge should have played in the WNBA, man. Softest man I ever saw. LaMarcus Aldridge might have been 7 feet tall, but he played like he was... What's that actor from Game of Thrones? He was shorter than the actor from Game of Thrones.
They're all still laughing at that. It's funny.
Dude, I just knew something like that was going to happen. Who was wearing a LaMarcus Aldridge jersey? That's the only Aldridge Blazer jersey that ever sold, man. Not the Hound. Come on, man. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm talking about that short guy. What's his name? Is his name Tyrion Lannister? Hey, by the way, that's how good Gematria is. By the way, we even called who'd be the winner of the Game of Thrones. We called that it was going to be the kid in the wheelchair. He had all the numbers to be, and Sweet Lady was, see, that's when Sweet Lady, it's funny, Sweet Lady, I've never seen all the Game of Thrones. Sweet Lady, I think Sweet Lady's seen all of it. But I was telling her before the show ended that it was going to be the kid, the crippled kid, that was going to be the one to rule all or whatever, because he had all the numbers. And she was like, no. And I was like, just watch. And sure enough, that's how scripted it is. They even script Game of Thrones the same way. You know what's funny? Roy Hibbert, who went to Georgetown, the night I was asking if Kwame, the night I did that video about Kwame and, how he has all the Jesuit numbers and the date he was drafted onto the Wizards Jesuit town, that night the video, and he was in our chat that night, but then that night he went after Roy Hibbert, and I was like, wait, Did we influence that? Did he have to go after the Georgetown player? Was that like his way of being like, I'm no Jesuit, man. I'm going after the Jesuits right now. Well, when I get back, I'll be back in my home. I'm not exactly sure. I'll be back by Monday. I'll start working on that when I get back, trying to link up with Kwame. I'm not trying to do anything right now because I don't have enough hours in the day until I get back. Not that I have. If somebody else tried to buy the book, order has failed, I guess. Damn, man, my own website's screwing me, man. My own website won't even process the book. If you're trying to buy the book and you really want the book and it won't work, just go download it for free, man. I appreciate the effort. This guy's got the toxic shirt. My mom's here. My mom's on top of it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, the internet hates me. So this big tech stuff's above my pay grade. Should have went to school for coding. To get physical copies of my book, if you go to Amazon, well, don't buy it on Amazon. It's sold all over, but
They'll screw your book up.
yeah, Amazon. He bought it on Amazon. They bent it up. Somebody just went to Sells and bought it. That worked. But again, only my newest book is in print, Number Games, and there's a lot of places that sell it. If you're in Portland, you can even buy it off Pal's Books website. You can buy it off Barnes & Noble. There's a bunch of different online sellers. They all sell it for about the same price. And if you guys shop on Amazon and, again, support that evil company, I mean, they'll ship it to your house in 2 days. But there's a lot of places. Just search Number Games Zachary Hubbard. It'll pop up and you'll see the different retailers. But then my first book, the way to get that in print is to either just download it off my Patreon page or buy it off my website or the Sells site. And then Jeremy White, JHW3D, he has a tutorial for how to make it a physical book. And this gentleman right here, Tim next to me, he actually followed Jeremy's tutorial. This is what it looks like if you print it out. And this is lulu.com that prints it this way. Again, the book is massive, you guys. Took 5 years to write this thing.
774.
But yeah. Huh, I swear to God it was 773 pages when I printed it. Weird. Maybe they added a blank page at the front. Huh, somehow there's one more page on there. Oh, it's because of that first page right there.
Table content.
Yep, that's what added one more page. I didn't mean to make it 773 pages, but that was the way it worked out. And then somebody's like, that's the 137th prime. I didn't know how long the book was until I was done, because I was just writing it chapter by chapter, and then I put all of it together, and I was like, wow.
It's the what prime?
137th.
It's like 137 ounces.
Yeah, it's heavy, man. It's a lot of work right there. And again, you don't have to read that whole book, but if you guys read the first 5 chapters, it'll teach you a lot about gematria and sacred geometry and how it all comes together. Plus I've learned a lot more since then, but again, big effort there. Shout out to young Bryson in the chat. I just looked down, saw Bryson was there.
Ask them what they think of Udemy and Udemy course.
Oh yeah, so I learned a new word here from Tim today. He said I gotta make a Udemy course. He said he's a chef and makes like Udemy for how to make bread and foods. He says I gotta do Udemy for gematria. So I never heard that word today. But what do you guys think? Should I start doing Udemy gematria? I don't know if that's the right phrasing, but we'll figure it out.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, you know what's cool about being here though at this stadium is when Jeremy White, him and I were at the Pelicans basketball arena. That must have been, it was either January or February of 2020. And at first we were there and we had the fans engaged, but it wasn't long before the police and the security were all over us and they said we had to get off the grounds. It was private property. So that's the one advantage of the Moda Center being public property, because this building's paid for by the taxpayers. It must be a private building down in New Orleans there. And I'll never forget, after we got kicked out, there was a guy across the street and he had a backpack full of fifths and he was selling fifths for $5. And I said to him, how can you afford to sell fifths for $5? He goes, because I just stole them all. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I was like, well, you should sell them for more, man. Putting all that risk in, only sell them for $5. And then after that, he gave us a piece of advice too. He's like, if you go down 2 blocks this way and about 3 more blocks that way, you can get the best blowjobs in town for $20. So he had all the hookups, $5 fists. And trust me, Mom, we passed on the $20 blowjobs, but that was the silver lining about getting kicked off the New Orleans Pelicans campus. And shout out to Cade. Cade was there too. Shout out to Cade if you're out there. Cade was out there. And there was a moment where Cade was like, uh-oh, maybe I should not be around Zach. Because I remember then we walked down the street off the campus and we were trying to... something I like about New Orleans is they don't have open container laws. You can just drink alcohol anywhere you want out in public. Everybody was coming to the game loaded with a beer in their hand. And they were looking at us like we were the craziest people ever holding these signs. And man, there was this kid who was, he was young and he was just fat as hell, man. And he waited until he was like 30 feet down the street past us. And then he looked back and he screamed, "You guys are crazy." And I screamed at him. I was like, "Come back here, you fat fuck, and say it to my face, man." Cade was like, "Zach, you're scaring me." I was about to bounce that fat ass down the street, man. I was about to cross him over. But yeah, New Orleans, man, they kicked us off the campus.
Someone's saying free BJs in New Orleans if you get jabbed.
Yeah, that's coming, man. That is coming. Free lap dances. It's coming. They're going to keep giving away free everything until they get down to every last demographic.
That's a big tell when they bribe you with stuff. Get the jab, you get a donut. Get the jab, you get a lottery ticket. You get some coffee.
Did you see what Slow Joe said yesterday? Slow Joe announced that yesterday Anheuser-Busch will give you free beer.
Right, free beer.
And
Get the
it's
jab.
funny, Anheuser-Busch is 144 like President Biden, like Jesuit order. Just like how the election was simulated at Jesuit Georgetown that he'd win 144 days before the election. So...
It's a lottery rig, most definitely.
Yes! I'm getting paid tomorrow for my ebook sales. I just got the email. Who wants to guess how much I'm getting paid tomorrow? $4.25. Getting rich off this book, you guys. I'm $4.25 richer. That's going to cover part of my gas money getting down to the stadium here today. Shout out to all the people who support the book. And again, it used to be better than that. I used to sell about 4 books a day, but lately, again, all the YouTube disactivated all the links, and now it's like anytime I get an email about a book sale that says it failed, it's just like, man, oh man, the censorship, it has never been more ferocious. That's got to be a troll comment. Oh, the trolls, man. I guess you guys just run out of thoughts. Can I fart real quick? Would that make your day? It's like a episode of Dumb and Dumber here. Let me get out the lighter. See if I can set Tim on fire.
Knock that thing over.
Yeah. Rip City. Bring a new definition to the name. Give me some corn dogs. Remember my buddy growing up, I went over to his house after I got out of college. I opened up his freezer. All he had in there was boxes of corn dogs. Beer in the fridge, mustard, and corn dogs. It's like, come on, man.
Probably go backwards. Says 22-22 right now in there.
22-22. Basketball 22.
I feel like the Probably Go Backwards should be with us.
Yeah, Bali Go Backwards, the golf master. Who could ever forget the great Stewart sink ritual, the tournament that began on the sinking of the Titanic? And then the other golfer with like Cameron in his name was in second, James Cameron with his Titanic movie. It's just, they couldn't have scripted it any better, man. And by the way, killed the Masters this year, Matsuyama, Pearl Harbor ritual.
Was the Titanic fake too?
Again, you guys remember Titanic started to sink April 14th, fully submerged April 15th, kind of like Lincoln. Remember, April 15th, 201 days after the big Jesuit date, September 27th. Lincoln wrote the letter about the Civil War, said that was never would have happened if it wasn't for the Jesuits. June 8th, 1864, the date the letter that he wrote about the Jesuits being responsible. But remember, the Civil War had a lot to do with the central bank. And they say on the Titanic, the 3 richest men in the U.S. who were all opposed to the central bank, they all died that day. And God, I forget how many days it was from the day the Titanic sank to the day that the Federal Reserve was established. But whatever the prime number is, it's the 113th prime number, 113, that number of deception. Titanic is 113. So it's like, I think 617 is the 113th prime, if I remember right. But from the day the Titanic sank to the day the Federal Reserve was established is that many days. 113th prime, again, Titanic 113. That's one of the stories they always teach us about in school. Like, we got to know the Titanic happened. And again, Bava Kama 113A. That verse about, you know, who can lie to who. Can only say so much. By the way, shout out to all the people who hit the like button today. We're getting close to 1,000. We're 30-something from 900. Porter, he's on the Nuggets, so. Yeah. Well, again, game started, you guys, so the fan load has died out. So, just hanging out here with Tim. Tim came into town today. He wanted to meet up. I'm glad he did. Grateful for that. He's having a great time here in the States before he heads back home to South America, his new home. Smart man.
Been there for 8 years.
Yeah, man, that was my plan when I was in college. I guess I could still achieve it, but.
I got a thing for Colombian women. I'm just going to say it.
Sure. I'm sure a lot of guys do. Latin women are awfully beautiful. And
they're very curvy. They're very old-fashioned standards. You know, family values.
Probably like to cook for their man.
Oh yeah.
See?
Cook, clean, iron clothes.
Yeah.
I will lose weight though. I've been eating the American diet since I've been here. 1 week before the Super Bowl. Most Americans that go down to South America lose half their weight, like extra weight.
Sure.
Within a year.
That makes sense.
Just from the diet alone.
Probably a lot less GMOs, probably a lot more organic food, local food.
Yep, organic all the way.
Just like the way our ancestors ate. Somebody just posted a picture the other day on I think it was on Free to Find Truth.
Hey, are you a security? What do you do here? I'm sorry? Oh, opposite of security. That's my kind of job.
Oh,
I
okay.
used to do that. I'm from Cleveland. I used to sell affordable ticketing.
I was in Cleveland in 97. We also said
Jacobs Field.
everything was great.
How do you do it now? On the phone? I mean, how are you selling your tickets?
On the phone. Yeah. Every way to sell them.
Yeah, I used to do
The
it.
barcode changes every 8 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, no wonder. I knew he was busy. Okay, that makes sense. Because, like, I'm surprised they let him wear a Yankees hat as an employee at but now it's all making a lot more sense.
Ticket scalper.
Everything's big tech now. You sell tickets through the phone. Huh.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to work for a ticketing agency in Cleveland. That's why I kind of like that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's cool. He's supporting what we're doing out here. He listen. Not a hater. No middle fingers. Yeah. Well, what's your plan for the rest of the day?
I got a hotel room, a 6-minute walk from here, and I got a flight tomorrow. I have nothing, no plan.
I don't even know what restaurants are around here anymore. Say we can go get something to eat if you want a little bit.
Yeah, my treat.
I can get it for you, man. You came out here. You came out here to support, man. I can get it for you.
We're gonna fight over the check.
Yeah, just like Tyrone came out for game 1. I took him out to the beach and got him a meal out there. He wanted to pay for it, but I said, no. I said, let me get you, man, for coming out and supporting the truth. So, yeah, we can look up where's to eat around here. Well, yeah. You getting hungry?
Man, I'm just thrilled to be with you, man. I ate a sandwich today.
What did I eat today? I ate some lepeto, if sweet ladies out there. My mom made lepeto. That's the Burmese salad. My mom even made it for me today. Just can't get enough lepeto in my life. Had some lepeto and some oatmeal. I guess that's what I ate today.
I like the semen retention. That's good. No, it's, when you don't ejaculate, a man's body stores up the testosterone. So after like day 6, day 7, that's a good time to go hit the gym or
Sure.
meet a girl.
Set a new record in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Semen retention in here. I like it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I remember Michael Savage. I don't care much for Michael. His real name's Michael Weiner, the radio personality, Michael Savage. But I do remember, he said it when I was in college. He said the reason that they're pumping out all this free porn all over the internet is because it's just another way to keep the manpower on their ass, not doing anything, complacent. And God, I mean, maybe there is something to that too. Maybe that's why guys seem so much softer in this 21st century, because again, before the internet, I guess you had Playboy magazines, you had to go down and get the corner store, but now just porn is just everywhere, and yeah, so many things working against humanity. Yeah, and again, just about estrogen. I used to have a friend who worked at the science lab at University of Washington, and his whole thing was focusing on the water, and the main focus was to monitor the estrogen levels in the water. And he explained because I was like, back then I was like, why is there estrogen in the water? He said it's because of birth control. He said the birth control goes in the toilet, and then it ends up, but it doesn't get all the way filtered out, so it ends up back in the drinking water. And again, just more and more estrogen. So,
I like it. A lot of people talking about semen retention in here.
yeah, hit topic now. Maybe that's the way to grow the audience. Research a topic like that. So, somebody wrote XXX666. That's exactly right. That was one of my big epiphanies when I first learned Gematria. I was like, look at that. XXX is 666. I guess that makes a lot of sense. So, remember, as a kid, we used to eat at the original taco house. I believe it was on, was it on 82nd or 70? It was on 82nd. Probably still there. And I'd always look out the window near there because I knew it was the naughty store across from the restaurant we'd go out and eat at, because it had the big XXX in the window. I was like, oh, people are up to bad things in there as a little kid. I know what that XXX means. I didn't know my gematria back then, though, but yeah. Oh, my mom's in the chat. She says it closed years ago. Wow, the original taco house closed. That's sad. Huh. I was busy back in the day. Wonder why. Remember, they used to have those cinnamon cookies. Those were good. Well, I think we can leave it there for now. And I'm going to hang out with Tim the Truth Seeker for a bit. Go get something to eat. Be back on the grind tomorrow. And appreciate everyone who tuned in today. You guys enjoyed the stream. We had the temporary shutdown, but we got it going back again. And again, I download the stream because you just never know what they're going to censor, especially since we had the one guy come up and say that one thing. I won't be surprised if they end up taking down the stream because of that. So, appreciate all of you guys. Have a great rest of your day. And Tim, you want any closing words?
Yeah, people are saying it's cool that I'm here. I'm here because of Gematria, because of the money that I've won in Vegas. That's why I'm here.
You won money that afforded you to travel, and now you can take some time off from work, go spend more time with your family, go be a potato farmer, right? Back at home? Potato farmer.
Sometimes. Right now we're doing corn.
Oh, corn, okay.
Because potatoes is kind of...
The market fluctuate too much.
Corn you don't make as much, but you know what you're going to get.
Sure. Well, you're living my dream right now. I want to go somewhere and grow food. By the way, Tim's down somewhere near Colombia and Ecuador, and he says land is dirt cheap. Says you can get a beautiful acre for $15,000 or less, so maybe that's what we need to look in.
Way more than that.
At the rate my book sells, I can probably afford some land in Ecuador. Good luck on America, but...
yeah, cheaper than that. It depends where you're going to buy.
Sure. $15,000 though, that's even at that price, that's my price point right now, so Get some land, set up Truth Seekerville, grow our food. Is there taxes down there? How's the taxes?
You know, it's South America, so, you know, there's,
You just never know?
I mean, it's South America. I mean, it's like, you do what you want to do down
That's
there.
cool.
There is a tax, but it's very little. Very, very little.
Sounds like the way America was supposed to be. Freedom, not overtaxed.
They say Ecuador is like America of the 1950s. So maybe that's why I like it.
Well, I just said that the other day. I wish we could go back to that time period, so.
We got the milkman and the butcher and yeah.
Here we come. Ecuador might be the spot. Shout out to Tim who tipped us off.
I've been there for 8 years. It grows on you after year 1 or year 2.
Might grow on me after day 1.
Yeah.
Anywhere but here. So.
I mean, I'm a veteran. I'm a combat veteran and all that good stuff. But I don't have that America. I don't know. What do you call it?
How's your Espanol?
My patriotism. It's okay.
Can you get by without it down there?
You can in certain cities, yeah.
Okay.
But everybody wants to learn English down there. So
I see.
They want to learn this witch language that we speak.
Sure. Indeed. Yeah. This guy's bringing back the sagging pants. From Portland, sagging pants. Oh, my mom's there. She says Costa Rica, the number 3 place to move.
Yeah.
But yeah, Costa Rica, they live in the Puta Vida. Sounds like they're doing the same thing in Ecuador.
Ecuador will probably be Costa Rica in about 3 or 4 decades. They'll change it. Got to go now before they make it into Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Or Panama.
Yeah.
Weather's perfect. What's really cool about Ecuador is whatever temperature that you like, you pick that elevation.
And it stays around there, huh?
That's your temperature year round, give or take 10 degrees.
I imagine hotter down by the sea, cooler up high?
Yep, sea level down by the Amazon or the ocean, it's obviously hotter. But in the mountains and the valleys, there's a city called Ibarra, it's like 75, 85 year round. If you don't like it, if you want to be a little bit cooler, you just go a little bit higher up in elevation like where I live, and it's like 65, 75 year round.
That sounds really nice. Yeah, that's a perfect climate. Rainy season? I imagine there's a rainy season?
Yeah, there is. I do love the Amazon. I've probably been there like 20 times in my life. I love the Amazon. There's so many things, so many cool things to do down there. I'll be there in a week. Actually, 8 days.
Yeah. I think I'm glad you came out here because it's inspiring me to do that.
I'm flying from Vegas to Houston to Quito, Ecuador, first class. Second time in my life.
Perfect. Very cool.
Yep.
All right, you guys, we're going to sign off here. Again, thanks to everyone who tuned in. Thanks to Tim, who's here with us. Brought both the books. Oh, Free to Find Truth right on the side. Very cool. Maybe that's why that guy said Free to Find Truth. I was like, how did you know to say that? Okay, you probably saw it right on the book. Okay, now it all makes sense to me. All right, again. Yeah, he probably read that. They kind of like, what? You know my website? What? So confused. Yeah. All right, you guys. That's going to be a wrap for today. And, yeah.
Shout out to Jeremy.
Indeed. Always shout out to Jeremy.
And Valley Go Backwards.
Right.
And, oh gosh.
Chigozi Truth from your hometown.
Yeah, I like that guy. I don't know why he's hanging out at the cemetery, but it's cool, man.
Wait, I didn't see that stream. He was at the cemetery? What?
He's checking out cemeteries in the Columbus, Ohio area.
I see.
It's a good video. I liked it.
I didn't know he did that. I'm gonna check that out.
He's doing the numbers with the dead people.
He's been BMX biking all over the place. I've seen that.
And who's the guy that got the Patreon? Rod. Shout out to Rod.
Yeah.
Even though I missed you in Vegas.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rod's making his second home Vegas. So, yeah. Yeah, support Rod, you guys. Support all the people doing the work in the community. Just don't support these rigged sports leagues. All right. I'm signing off for real. Appreciate all you guys. Have a great rest of your day. For all the people who deserve a shout out too, Rich deserves a shout out. We already said Jeremy White, Derek, Bryson, Ben, Truth Does Not Exist, Kayla, Martin, Victor. Boy, I'm gonna forget people. Zenith of the Alpha. Strains. Yeah, he came out to Spokane. Strains. Yeah, and everybody else. So, shout out to Mom.
Yeah, definitely Mom.
Yeah. All right, you guys. That's a wrap. Till next time.